If you're a financial advisor or an insurance broker and you're tired of chasing leads and you want to start building a business that actually attracts clients to you at scale, YouTube is one of the best places that you can do this. Video content marketing is the best way to build that know, like, and trust factor with your clients and attract leads at scale without you chasing them and with them actually coming to you. And in this video, this is the most comprehensive training that you're going to find on how you can use YouTube as a financial advisor or insurance broker in order to achieve those results and consistently generate leads in your business each and every single month. Now, as you can see from the length of this video, this is the most comprehensive training that you're going to get on using YouTube as a financial advisor. So there's many different things that we're going to go into. Everything is going to be time-stamped at the bottom of the video. We're going to start with some foundations and mindset for YouTube, as well as what it takes to succeed on YouTube. We're also going to be talking about the algorithm, what it actually takes to hack the system and figure out how to rank your videos number one on YouTube. I have hundreds of videos ranked number one on YouTube that consistently generates myself hundreds of leads every single year, and I want you guys to do the exact same thing in your business. But past that, we're going to do a full walkthrough of how to use YouTube. So actually setting up your channel, making sure everything is correctly set up, it's consistent across the board, the description, the SEO, the tags, everything like that. I'm going to do a full walkthrough of setting up your channel. We're also going to be talking about planning videos, going through an entire process of how you can consistently, on a monthly basis, plan out all your videos, come up with ideas, come up with scripts, do everything that you need to do to get in front of the camera and record. We're also going to be talking about, of course, getting in front of the camera and recording, what that looks like from an editing point of view, getting into some different software, going through some of the editing process, going over some camera basics and a studio tour to show you how I set up my background and how you can set up your background as well. And then finally, at the end, we're going to be looking at how you can actually upload and optimize all of those for YouTube so they actually rank, because that's what we want to have happen. We want your videos to be showing up on the first page of YouTube and Google so you're actually getting clients. And so when people search for financial advice or term life insurance or permanent or any other term that you want to rank for, it's you that's showing up at the first page of Google or the first page of YouTube, and clients are reaching out to you to actually start getting some leads and some business in your financial practice. Now, a couple of things that I want to note before we get into the actual video is, number one, this is part of my larger program, the Social Media Mastery for Financial Advisors. So this is actually it's two modules kind of condensed together, which I will call the YouTube Accelerator Program, to get you on the fast track to launching a YouTube channel and start to get leads in your insurance business. However, as you can see throughout the videos, I might be referencing different videos, and I might say in the next video we're going to talk about this, but then I don't talk about it. So some things have been cut and some things have been squished together to create this super video. I didn't want it to be 6 or 7 hours long, but I did condense it hopefully into 3 or 4 hours. So if it seems like something off, that's the case. It is recorded and it is part of the overall larger program, which is the Social Media Mastery for Financial Advisors. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description and you can check that program out. However, this is the free version of it. If you guys do find value in this, I ask two things of you. Number one, if you give it a thumbs up, that would be great. And number two, if you could just drop a comment below, leaving what you took away from the program, what value you got from it, that would mean the world to me. I would really appreciate it. The second thing that I want to note about this before we get into it is throughout the videos, I will be referencing different worksheets, different ChatGPT prompts, and different things that you will be using throughout this program to, again, fast track your launch into YouTube. I will put the link for that worksheet also in the description, and you can download that and make a copy, and you can have that as a reference as we go through the program. But with all that being said, let's just get into it. Okay, let's break into the meat and potatoes of this curriculum, which is YouTube. So I could talk about YouTube for hours and hours and hours, and obviously I'm probably going to talk about YouTube, in the coming videos and in this module about YouTube. I believe that YouTube is the best place for not only financial advisors and insurance brokers, but anyone that works in a complicated market or complicated field, and B, is, again, that broker of sorts or personal brand of sorts that needs to build their credibility and expertise and leverage a platform such as YouTube to do that. There's a few reasons why I think YouTube is the best one to do that on. And number one is because anytime that you have some type of complicated, long-form content that you need to explain, such as insurance or financial planning or investments or TFSAs, RSPs, debt, income, taxes, anything like that, that can't be done, or it can be done through a blog, but it will be done way more effectively through a long form video where people actually get to sit down and watch you and connect with you. Because again, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And the best place to do that is in a long form video, because just like you're watching me now, you get to understand who I am. You get to see, do you know me? Do you like me? And do you trust me? And from that, you'll make a purchasing decision. After that point, long form video is one of the best places that you can do that with. And YouTube specifically is the best place that you can put that long form content on. And another reason why I think YouTube is such a valuable place, again, for that SEO-based content, is it's evergreen. So what does evergreen mean? Evergreen means that you're going to build content once. So let's just say Term Life Insurance Explained 2025. I'm just giving you an example here. And maybe someone will click on it in the first day. Maybe they'll get 100 views in the first week. Maybe 200 views in the first month or two. However, over time, if you design a high quality video, that video can rank and continue to give you views for years to come. So I've created content on YouTube like 3, 4, 5 years ago that continues to give me views and leads to this day in 2025. So as opposed to other platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, etc., where you're making a post and within a week that post is dead, right? You get some initial engagement, people view it, maybe they download a link, whatever it is. However, once it's kind of run its course, it's now done. Whereas on YouTube, you do a whole bunch of work up front, and then over time, it starts to build and gain more traction. And as years goes on, there's this compounding effect where work that you did years ago starts all of a sudden getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you just continue to produce more and more content, and it starts to compound more and more and more and more until all of a sudden you're getting tons of leads into your business, all from videos that you did in the past as well as ones that you're doing in the future, or in the present, I should say, pardon me. But before we get into the videos, and I have a few tips actually just in this video as well, I just want to share my own experience with YouTube just so you can see that this isn't like, it's not a static thing. It's not something you just like do it and figure out, day one. You learn over time and you adapt and you evolve and you get better. And if you just consistently work at it, you'll hopefully be able to learn from all the mistakes that I've made in my business and with YouTube. And you can leapfrog me by like 10 years, just avoid all the mistakes that I made. So I started making videos like in 2017. I think I posted my first video on YouTube, maybe 2016. And at the time, I was so naive and I just thought that I could post a bunch of videos, and I didn't have any system. I never took a course. I never, unfortunately got to learn from a mentor or learn from someone who could explain to me what to do. I just went on and I thought, okay, I'm going to create 20 videos and I'm going to put them out and I'm going to get rich. And so I went and I recorded 20 videos and I made all these shitty thumbnails and I uploaded them and I was like, okay, I'm done. YouTube should just feed me leads now. And that was it. And it obviously didn't work. And so I was like, oh, YouTube doesn't work. Yeah, YouTube doesn't work for insurance brokers. Might work for other people, doesn't work for me. And I kept that philosophy. And I think I maybe made another round of videos in 2019. I'll have to check back and look. And I'll show you guys some screen shares of the videos that I created. But again, I made another round of videos. It didn't do anything. So I said, oh, again, it's just that validation. Doesn't work for me. YouTube doesn't work for financial advisors. Waste of time. I think then in 2020, I recorded another. I was like, let me try it one more time. I recorded another batch of videos. I released that. Those did a little bit better. And again, my production quality was like terrible. I think I was recording with my webcam and I don't even know what I had for a microphone. It was probably terrible. However, luckily, even as bad as my thumbnails and my video production and it was so bad. It was atrocious. Luckily, and again, I recorded those videos and then I stopped. I wasn't consistent with any of it. But thankfully, some of my videos from that initial batch actually did well. And they got, a few thousand, maybe 5,000 views or 8,000, whatever it was. And I actually think I got a few leads from that initial batch. And it was at that point, it was like the perfect combination. It was around 2021, right when I had launched this new brokerage, which was Affinity Life. We were focused more on the family market, term life insurance sales, strictly online. And at that point, it was kind of this perfect storm of I had a bunch of videos that had done well, and all of a sudden I needed something to go all in on. I had decided, I was fully committed, and it was like my mindset, which we'll talk about in the future video, in the next one actually, pardon me, was fully aligned to commit myself to going all in on one specific platform and doing everything that it took. And so it was a perfect storm of I had some validation and I had the perfect mindset. And then in 2021, I decided, okay, I'm not going to stop making YouTube videos until it's successful. No more making a few. At that point, I think I was mature enough in myself and my business to realize this isn't YouTube. This is me. I'm the one that's doing it wrong. YouTube can work for anyone. I have seen people kill it in real estate, in mortgage broker, in investing, in financial planning, in insurance, in all of these different industries on YouTube, all across the board. So it wasn't that YouTube didn't work, it's that I wasn't working with YouTube and I wasn't figuring out, I wasn't perfecting my craft, I wasn't learning, I wasn't adapting, and I was thinking that it would just blow up without me actually having to put the work in. So in 2021, that's when I made a decision, and it wasn't, oh, I'm going to try this for 6 months. It was, I'm going to try this until it works. And I would encourage you to try and have that mindset for yourself. Don't treat this as like I'll try this for a little while and I'll see if it works. No. This will work for anyone if you commit to it and learn and adapt and evolve and get better. And over time, you will see results. It might take a month, it might take 6 months, it might take a year, it might take 6 years, whatever it is. Commit to it until you figure it out. For me personally, it took me 1 year after 2021 to fully dive in and creating 8 long form videos and 5 to 10 shorts per month before I saw a single client. I didn't see a single client for 1 year. And then all of a sudden it was 1, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, etc. And to this day, we still get tons of leads. I literally just woke up this morning to another insurance application from YouTube. I can see where they come from. It says, how did you hear about us? YouTube. So it does work. You just need to put in the effort. But now actually, I just want to go over a few tips for YouTube to help you in your journey of creating content. Which leads me to the last one, the 5th point that I want to make here is you need to commit for life. So here's the thing. A lot of advisors want to have a system, or I shouldn't say even advisor. I think people, they want to have a system that they can set up one time and they're done. And then they just sit back on the beach like, this is great. Money's just coming in. Clients are just coming in. That's not the case. Here's the thing. Yes, you will get an influx of clients that come in over time. However, if you stop making videos, it will slow down. I stopped making videos for a few years because I took, you can call it a sabbatical, where I went on a huge climbing journey. Business was doing great. And guess what? I didn't make videos for 2 years. People stopped coming in as much. I stopped getting as many leads. So if you're going to use YouTube as the platform that you are going to use to get clients for the rest of your life, you need to commit to doing this for the rest of your life. This is now the ongoing process that you do every single month, every single year, every single decade for as long as you're in the industry. Now, I'll say this all with a little asterisk up there. You can slow down somewhat over time. You can, 8 long form and 5 to 10 shorts per month is what I recommend. However, once you've built up a base and you start to have a lot of clients come in, if you want, of course, you can slow down, maybe go to 4 long form content videos per month and maybe 5 shorts per month, whatever it is. However, I would recommend for the first year, you commit to building a base, because if you only create half of that, it's going to take you 2 years to build up what you normally do in 1 year. So I would focus on trying to get through that first year, deliver, 8 long form and 5 to 10 shorts per month, just to 1, accelerate your learning, and 2, to build that repertoire of videos that can grow over time and deliver you clients. So now that we have a firm base of what YouTube is and how we're going to use it, let's get into the next video, which is mindset. And here's the thing, if you can get mindset and you can understand YouTube, you will build a system that will continuously give you leads each and every single month into your business. You just need to get these fundamentals down. So with that being said, let's get into the next video, which is mindset on YouTube. Most insurance brokers that try to use content marketing, and more specifically YouTube, for generating leads in their insurance business fail because they don't follow these 3 mindset principles, which I'm going to talk to you about in today's video. And by the end of this video, you will have the principles and the mindset that allows you to actually grow with YouTube, generate leads, and build the business that you want. Make sure to stick around to the end because I have 2 secrets that I'm going to share with you that I've shared with nobody else that allowed me to grow my business from $0 to 6 figures per year using video content marketing. See what I did there? That's called a hook with a little secret at the end. I had to re-record that a couple times because I faffed it up. It's okay. I could maybe do better. Okay, let's talk about mindset for YouTube. That's a pretty good intro. I know in the last video, I talked a lot about YouTube, mindset, committing to it, etc. However, there are actually 3 principles that I have found that have tremendously helped me, and not only me, but every other successful YouTuber that I see follows these 3 principles as well. That does allow you to actually commit to the long game, push out expectations, and I didn't lie to you. There are 2 secrets that I'm going to show you at the end, so don't worry about that. Let's get, if this slide will work, let's get into it. So in all honesty, all hook aside, which I'm going to talk about in future videos, creating a hook for your YouTube video, all of that aside, there are actually 3 principles. And principle number 1 that you need to try and adopt and encompass in your life is consistency. So that's the first one. Show up no matter the outcome. Building consistency creates momentum. When you make showing up a habit, the results eventually take care of themselves. So some of the ways that I do this and what I would recommend to you to do this in your own practice, I commit to making 8 long form videos and 5 to 10 short form videos every single month. I'm not focused on the outcome. I am focused on the action. Everyone creates goals when it's January we're coming up here, 2026 here. Date of recording this is October 2025. So New Year's is right around the corner. Everyone loves to make goals for how many clients they're going to get, how much money they're going to make, what they're going to buy, etc. I want to go on, 5 trips and I want to make $100,000 and I want to get 50 clients, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers here. Those are all results. That's not something you can control. You cannot control results. You control actions. So commit to an actionable plan that you just have to follow this system and commit to the actual process and the results will come. So yeah, number 1, create a habit in your life to keep showing up. Commit to those non-negotiable actions, not results. Again, that's 8 long-form videos and 5 to 10 shorts every single month, no matter what. This is one of the ways that really helps me is I time block all my filming and my editing, and we're going to talk about batching your content, but I personally have a schedule where every month it's like, okay, this day I'm scripting. So that's ideation. So first of all, I'm getting all my ideas. I'm creating 8 ideas for long form content. After that, I'm going through outline, not ideation, outline. I'm writing all the scripts for everything, and I do that, in 1 day period. And then I set aside 2 to 3 days where I film all my content, and I just have that blocked off in my calendar. Today's recording day. It's usually the first of the month that I do the recording. So I'm scripting and getting ideas at the end of the previous month. And the first of the month, maybe to the 5th or the 10th, I'm recording content. Don't stress about dates and calendar and batching. I will show you guys my system for exactly how I create content, but blocking that off in your calendar is an easy way to stay consistent. Another thing too, obviously, consistency compounds, it stacks over time, and the algorithm and your audience will reward that reliability. Number 2, progress over perfection. Maybe I could show you this now. You know what? Okay, I said you guys had to wait till the end of the video. I'm going to show it to you now. I'm going to read this off and explain this first, and then I will show you the 2 secrets that I wanted to share with you. Okay. I don't personally struggle with this. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I struggle with this in other areas of my life, but for some reason with business, I've trained myself to just blindly go forward. We'll figure it out. We'll put it out. It's not going to be perfect. It's probably going to suck. V1 is going to be the worst. V2 is going to be better. V3 is going to be the best. Even with the course that I'm building right now, this curriculum, I'm already looking at it. I'm like, oh God, Like, I know I could build the slides better. I could have built this content out better. The structure could have been done better in a different way. The worksheets could have been better integrated. There's so many things that I would like to do better with this curriculum. And I already have an idea to make a better version 2 of this curriculum, which I don't know when I'm going to make it, but I'll probably make it within the next year or two, just because I want to deliver the best quality content and curriculum that I can. However, if I focused on trying to make this as perfect as it could be, I would never get started, and I would never get it out the door, and I wouldn't learn all the things that I want to do in the next version. For example, I built out a curriculum that I have to this day, where I teach advisors how to get into the corporate market, how to be able to work in the corporate market and sell insurance to business owners and talk like a professional. It's very technical. I built out 3 different versions of that. I had V1, which was a live webinar that I did for a team of like 50 or 100 agents across Canada, and it was 12 weeks. That was 12 webinars. Then version 2, I built that into a curriculum that was a little bit better, drafted a few different things, changed the content, re-recorded a little bit of it. Then I launched that. And then V3, which is the current version, I actually rebuilt the entire thing from scratch, relaunched it. And now maybe, who knows, I'll be going into V4 of that. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what we do. But focus on progress over perfection. Don't try to get it perfect. Done is better than perfect every single day. So just to read a few things here. Perfection slows you down. Consistent, imperfect action will always outperform waiting until everything is perfect. So here's something I always tell everyone getting into YouTube. Your first 50 videos are just like throwaways. Don't treat them like throwaways. Try and make sure every video is the best video that you've ever made, with the best title and the best keywords and the best thumbnail and the best of everything. However, you need to think about your first 50 videos on YouTube as your apprenticeship into the world of video content marketing, because you're going to learn, you're going to fail, you're going to grow, you're going to adapt, and then eventually you will succeed. So every mistake is data. Improve 1% each time. Another thing too, when you're first starting out, I'm going to show you here to the 2 secrets right quickly. Authentic is way better than polished. So here's the thing. You look at the background and everything, and I have all this video production and all these other things. I said this in the last video. Just try to be authentic and genuine as possible and deliver as much value as possible. We can work on polish later on. Don't worry about that. And momentum comes from volume, not perfection. Okay, I'm gonna show you 2 things which you can't share. This is just for people who have this curriculum and are in here. If you screen record this and I find out that you shared this anywhere, I will come find you. The first thing I'm gonna show you is my very first video that I put out on YouTube. And I show you this so you can see that the progress over perfection, and you can see where I started from, and you'll look at this and you'll think, oh my God. Okay, if Philip can start from this and build a successful YouTube channel, so can I. Ready? When did I put this out? 7 years ago, 62 views, and yeah, I'm only going to show you a couple of seconds of this. It's so embarrassing. And by the way, here's an example of just how much I messed up in my early career trying to brand myself anything I could except for Philip Setter. I called myself financial adulting. I don't know. Hey guys, it's Philip Setter here, independent insurance broker. So I wanted to take a couple minutes today and break down life insurance in 5 minutes or less. So I'm going to run through a couple things here pretty quickly, but I wanted to make Okay, we're not going to go through any more of that video. This obviously didn't do very well. I put this out, nothing happened, and I thought, YouTube doesn't work for me. I did not learn, adapt, grow, and succeed in this case. I just stopped. I'm going to show you one more video, and this is just illustrating that authentic will always outperform polish, especially at the beginning. This is a video that I created not that long ago, 4 years ago. This is, again, when I just started back into YouTube, and this is when I committed to making YouTube work. You can see here, this video has done great, 10,000 views. And I actually privated this. Both these videos are private. You cannot find them. If you screen record this and I find out you did, I will find you. This video has done great. I mean, it was doing great. Should you incorporate in Canada? Corporation versus sole proprietorship. This is a great example where if you're delivering really good content and you're genuine and you're authentic, your video can do great regardless of how bad everything else is. First of all, look at my hair. What's going on with that? And then like the background, I literally just have the drywall behind me. That's it. You got my little dress shirt on. This is my webcam. I'm using a webcam
Guys,
in this.
Today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons why you might want to incorporate your business.
And I think there's like tinkle music in the
Canada.
background.
We're also going to talk about corporate veil. I'm not sure if you've heard of that before. Another one's called director's liability.
So whatever it is, for whatever reason, I did obviously deliver genuine content in this video. Comments on I can't show you any comments. This got a lot of comments and a lot of great feedback because it was just authentic. I was just sharing genuine value. I was trying to add value to the individual that was watching this video. And there's no polish here. There's no, I'm using the audio from the webcam. I look terrible. My background sucks. The thumbnail probably sucks. Everything sucks about this video. For all intents and purposes, it should have not done well, but it did do well. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to show you. Let's go back to this right here. Yeah, so authentic is better than polished and progress over perfection. I hope that from that first video that you saw, that kind of nails it home. If I can make a successful YouTube channel, starting at that spot, don't worry, you're going to be fine. Principle number 3, you need to push out your expectations. Here's the thing. Just like me, when I made that first video 7 years ago, I thought that I was going to make this video and it was going to go viral and I was going to get so many leads. I had my expectations in weeks, not even months, in weeks. I thought I would just put it out and it would work. It didn't work. And then what did I do? I quit. And then I waited another 3 years until I posted the next video. And then I posted a whole bunch of videos, that incorporation video being one of them. And luckily, thank God, they actually did do well. Some of them did do well because I had made a whole bunch and then I quit. And the only thing that brought me back to YouTube that third time was that I saw some of them were starting to do good. And then I thought, okay, it's not YouTube. It's not the system. It's me. I'm the one that's not learning, not adapting, not growing, not perfecting this art. And it has nothing to do with the system. I need to push up my expectations and I need to focus on becoming the best content marketer, video content marketer I can and deliver the most value through my videos. So stop thinking in weeks. Stop thinking in months. Start thinking in years. How long can I consistently do this before I expect a client? And the further that you can push this expectation out, the higher chance you have of being successful on YouTube and across all social media platforms. So here's the thing. YouTube rewards those who play the long game. When you remove expectations, you keep showing up, success becomes inevitable. Inevitable. If you can push your expectation out long enough, success becomes inevitable. So let go of short-term expectations. I didn't sell anything for 1 year. I didn't get one single client for 1 year. You cannot fail if you never quit. The library effect, where essentially you keep posting, and then eventually people start seeing evergreen content starts growing, more and more views. All of a sudden there's a compounding effect of nothing, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, etc. YouTube is not a short game. YouTube is a long game. And if you play the long game and focus on steady improvements, you will succeed in this, what would you call it? Career? Strategy? Platform? Whatever you want to call it. You will succeed using this platform. Key takeaway here, patience plus persistence will equal results. Long-term success on YouTube is not about luck. It's built through consistency, embracing imperfection, and staying committed long enough for momentum to compound. If you can adapt, or sorry, I shouldn't say adapt, if you can embody those 3 principles and continue to go back to them when you're feeling low, when you're feeling down, when you're like, this doesn't work, Philip's lying to me, YouTube sucks, this isn't the way for me to get, nobody's watching it. Go back to these 3 principles, look back at them, reflect on them, continue to push your expectations out, focus on progress over perfection. Eventually, you will start to see results and you will thank me for being able to build a business that actually just attracts leads into you so you can build the life that you want in this industry. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, let's break into the YouTube algorithm, because a lot of channels or a lot of videos are always coming out saying like, oh, here's how you hack the YouTube algorithm, and here's how you rank #1, and here's how you get to the top of the Google page, whether it's, on YouTube or on Google. Everyone has like a hack or a system. Here's the thing. There's no hack or secret to having videos that rank on YouTube. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, and it's not a hack or a cheat or anything like that. There are some fundamentals that if you follow them, you will rank #1 or #2, #3 on YouTube, for whatever search term you're trying to rate as. Rate? No, that's not the word I was looking for. Rank. Pardon me. That was the word I was looking for. Rank. Here's the thing. You can go on YouTube right now and you can search life insurance. You could go term versus permanent Canada. I will probably be one of the #1, #2 rankings within that search term. Make sure to go specific, to Canada, because I've ranked everything or I've titled everything very specific to Canada. But here's the thing. There's no secret. There's no hack. There's just a set of principles that if you follow them, you will have videos that rank very high on YouTube and consequentially as well on Google, because Google will very frequently pull in videos from YouTube and put those on Google's page as well for search terms. Now, the lucky thing is YouTube tells us what they care about. There's no hack. Again, there's no hack or there's no secret for this. It tells us right here, if you go to your channel and you can look at a video, if you have a channel, this is what it shows you as your analytics. The very first thing when you see a new video on your channel, we have #1, how many views does it have? #2, what is the impressions to click-through rate? Meaning, for every 100 people who see your thumbnail, how many people click? In this case, 5.7%. And what is the average view duration? So YouTube rewards channels that keep people watching and clicking. They care about one thing: having people on their channel or their platform and keeping people on their platform. YouTube makes money by showing ads to people who watch the videos. So if they can get people to watch more videos and for longer, they make money. So what do they care about? They care about which videos keep people on the platform and keep them watching for longer and keep them clicking on the platform. If you can nail these 3 fundamentals, you'll have videos that rank. So you care about views, click-through rate, and watch time and retention. So how many people are watching your video, how many people click your thumbnail, and how many people, how long are they watching for, and what their retention is. That is what YouTube cares about. There's no secret system or hack or anything like that. So you can, that's it. We can finish the video. We're done. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to keep going and go through the principles that affect those things. So here's the thing. Here are the pillars that if you follow them and if you nail all these, you will have a #1 video in those search terms. Like I mentioned, if you go on YouTube right now and you search basically anything to do with life insurance and put in Canada, I'll be one of the top 3 videos. I guarantee you. Go right now and you can check and look it up. I'll be there. You can see my face. And you can see that we figured this out already. Okay, so here's the things that you need to nail. So the very first thing is you need to actually get people to click your video. You need to get the click and get them to click on your video. And that is achieved through 2 different things. #1 is thumbnail. So you need to, once they search for you and they see that, they need to look at a sea of pictures and look at, okay, do I want to pick this one or this one or this one or this one? Which one do I want to pick? You need to create something, and don't worry, we're going to go through thumbnail examples, and I'm going to show you what looks good and what doesn't. I'm going to show you guys how to build out thumbnails. Don't stress. But you need to stand out from your competition. And so a lot of the times when you're searching for, and I'm going to show you how to do this, don't worry, we're going to get into other videos as well. But when you're searching for specific titles and keywords and SEO-based content, so maybe term life insurance versus permanent life insurance, go and look at the thumbnails. See which ones people are already using that are ranking quite high. See how you can make one that's better, and then make that one and put it there. So thumbnail is the first one. Title is the second one. Again, we're using SEO-based content, search engine optimization. What are people searching for? If you title a video that's about term life insurance versus permanent life insurance, if you title it like, I don't know, like life insurance, my thoughts on life insurance. Is it good Whole life is the best? Question mark. No one's searching that. You need to find what are people actually searching for and create a title specific to that. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Don't worry, but it needs to be specific for that title. Okay. Number 2, the hook. You need to be able to hook people in the first 15 seconds so they stay on your video. So we're going to get into all these. Don't worry. Don't stress. I'm going to get into all these. You need to have something that grabs their attention and keeps it. Because most people, when they're searching for something, they click on a video, they watch for a couple seconds. Do you think this is going to have what I want? Nope, not. Exit, done. They're on to a new video. You need to grab their attention and keep it. The second one is you actually need to, call to action, pardon me. The third one, you need to convert views into action. If you have 50,000, 100,000, whatever, 1 million views on your channel, but nobody's actually doing anything, they're just watching the video and then leaving, great. It looks like you have a great YouTube channel, but you're not actually converting any of them into clients. So for egotistical, for your ego, that's great. You can say, hey, I have this massive YouTube channel that nobody does anything with. There's creators. Here's the thing. This is something you need to keep in mind. There is channels way more massive than my channel. My channel is a measly small, I think I have 7,000 subscribers or something on my insurance channel. Nobody, like there's barely any subs, okay? However, we consistently get clients from YouTube every single month. Day in and day out, bang, 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 bang. Where there's channels that I know, my buddy has 150,000 subscribers and he's struggling. He calls me, he's like, how can I monetize? How do I make money? How do I monetize this channel? Like no one, it's like, well, you can't convert these views. You have all these views, which is great, but they're not going anywhere. They're not doing anything. They're not getting you any money. They're just views. So it's just a vanity thing, which is fine. Listen, that's fine. That's the story in and of itself. You know, there's other ways to try and monetize those channels, which hopefully he can do, but that's not converting for him. We don't care about subscribers. We do care about views and want a lot of views, but I would rather have 1,000 views that are like targeted, it's the right person, and they're clicking, and I have a call to action, and they're clicking, versus a video that has 200,000 views that doesn't tell them to go anywhere, and they just watch it, and they go on their way. So we need to have a call to action. Number 4, we need to have value within the video. We need to keep them watching. This is done a variety of different ways. I'm going to go over it, but once you deliver the hook, your call to action, now you need to actually deliver value in a succinct and optimized and structured way. People want to follow a structure. So step 1, step 2, step 3. Here's the 4 reasons why whole life insurance is better than term. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying it is. I'm just giving an example. Reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3, reason number 4. In conclusion, this is what you should do, etc. Okay? You need to deliver that value, and you'll get better at developing. Pardon me, not developing, but you'll get better at delivering these videos. Maybe I'll get better at delivering the word delivering, and over time you get better, and you'll figure it out, and you'll look at your analytics, and you'll see that the average view duration continues to go up, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, just a general rule of thumb, like anywhere between 30 and 50% view time is great. That's awesome. So if you have a 10-minute video and people on average are watching 3 to 5 minutes, that's pretty good. Anything under 30%, something's wrong there. It needs work. The last thing which you need to nail is just optimization, telling YouTube who it's for. This is done through a combination of description, title, keywords, etc. Just optimizing that SEO. These are the things that you need to nail. So let's get into thumbnails and titles. Number 1, your first battle is attention. Thumbnails and titles decides if they're even going to watch. So again, thumbnails, bold, curious, and contrasting. Let's go over thumbnails first here, and let me show you something. So here, this is a bad thumbnail. You can see here, this video is called TFSA Explained. Just a quick thing here, I have it right down here. The thumbnail text should be different from the title. There's a whole video on thumbnails, so don't stress too much about this. This video was called TFSA Explained. And then in the thumbnail, I put TFSA Explained. This isn't a bad thumbnail by any means, but it's definitely not a great one. I'm not winning any awards here, okay? This video right here, I think has, 1,000 views, maybe 500 views or something like that. This video down here, and we're going to get into taking these photos, and I know you guys are thinking like, do I need to do that as well? Yes, absolutely. You need to get in front of a camera. You need to do all of them. This one, this one, this one, all of the goofy expressions. There's a reason that every single creator out there does them. It's because they work. People click on them. They invoke curiosity, etc. Now, this title is Infinite Banking Explained, and I have here Infinite Banking Scam. I am trying to evoke curiosity and an emotion. People might be mad at me that I have, scam in here. Is it a scam? I don't know. You have to watch the video and find out. However, I put this because it's evoking curiosity. It's piquing their interest. Oh my God, I don't know. Is it a scam? This video has like 50, 60,000 views, I think, something like that. I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of comments on this, tons of phone calls from people, let's talk about infinite banking. Can you set one up for me? This has gotten me a ton of business from this one video right here. So thumbnails, we're going to have a whole section on it. You can see this is a good thumbnail, and this is just not a bad one, just not great. Titles need to be literal, searchable, and specific. So it needs to, and another thing you can do is add years for freshness. So what's the best life insurance policy? 2025. What's the best life insurance policy? 2026. One of the things actually that I want to mention here, there's a whole other video that I'm going to be making about like how to find content and how to create different videos. Here's the thing. Once you create a year or two of content, there's still going to be fresh ideas that come, but you'll just start recycling things that you did from previous years with a fresh title, putting, a fresh video together. You're better at your craft. You have a better hook, better value, better call to action, better editing, better thumbnail, better title, etc. It's just refreshed from a previous year. So you'll see in many of my videos, it's, hey, this was 2024, this is 2025, this is 2026. However, those titles need to be literal, searchable, and specific, and we're going to be getting into that in a future video about where to come up with video ideas. But this is number one. We need to get people to find our video. If they can't find our video, no one's going to watch it. And once they find it, if they don't click it, no one's going to watch it. That's our first step that we need to figure out. The second step, we need to, I didn't realize my face was, I can't move this little face around, which is kind of bugs me. I'm going to have to fix that in the next version of the curriculum here. The next thing we have to do is we need to hook them in the first 15 seconds. The hook decides if they stay. Tell them why they should care immediately. You want to address them directly. So imagine you're talking directly to them. You want to pose a clear problem. You want to evoke emotion or surprise, make a bold claim, leverage fear or urgency. And actually looking at the example here, this is like pretty good, but this could be even better. When I first started making videos on my channel, this is how I would start every single video. What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about term life insurance versus permanent life insurance and why it could be a good option for you to maybe pick one here. That's a terrible way to start a video. If you try to think about the viewer, you can try to put yourself in their shoes, and you could talk to them directly. You could say, chances are, if you're looking at life insurance right now, you probably either A, bought a house, B, maybe you just had a child, or C, you have a lot of outstanding debt or financial obligations, and if you pass away, your partner will be very financially impacted. Making the decision between term life insurance and permanent life insurance can be the difference between financial peace and ease and absolute disaster. By the end of this video, I'm going to explain the clear differences between both of them. You'll know exactly which product is right for you. That's way better than, hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about some things. Don't do that. You'll notice in all of my, if you ever go and watch any of my videos on my other channel, and obviously videos on my new personal brand channel where I talk about social media and digital marketing, I don't start videos like that. I address them directly. So here's my example. This is a bad hook. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to explain. It sucks. Nobody cares. It sucks. A good hook, this is another example. Whole life insurance is either the smartest investment you'll ever make or the biggest waste of money. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one it is for you. That's clearly saying, okay, it's either this or this. It's an evoking emotion. I could be wasting my money. By the end of the video, I'm going to know if I am wasting my money or not. Okay, tell me more. I'm hooked. I'm going to watch a little bit more. Getting the hooks right takes time, it takes diligence, it takes, learning, adapting, figuring out processes. But over time, especially once you start to get more analytics from your channel, you'll be able to see which videos performed very well in the first 30 seconds and which ones performed poorly. And from that, you'll be able to see, okay, great, I should do more of this and less of this. Good. The next thing here is we need to direct them somewhere. We can't just have viewers coming in, watching videos, and doing nothing from it, right? Like doesn't matter. If 100,000 people if I have 100,000 views on a video, but it gets me 0 clicks to my website, my landing page, my offer, then it's useless. I don't care. I don't care about ego. I don't need 100,000 subscribers or 150,000 subscribers like my buddy. I don't need that. I need people to actually take action. I would rather have 100 people that take action than 100,000 people that watch it and do nothing. So the next thing you want to do right after you deliver your hook is you want to give a call to action. What do they do next? Because here's the thing, like I mentioned, the average view duration is 30 to 50%. So you want to put your call to action at the beginning. So every single person or the majority of people will be seeing that call to action. You want to make it short. You want to make it succinct. You don't want to go on like a 5-minute tangent where you're going off and I offer this service and you can call me here. But if maybe you want to email, don't do that. Okay. But you want to make it succinct. You want to tell them exactly who you are, who you serve, and how they can get in touch with you. So place it right after the hook. Speak directly. Click the link, book a call. One of the things that really helps. Nobody wants to be the first one in. They want to be, number 5 or number 10 or number 15. So you want to show societal proof. So you can say, like if you're making a video about disability, for example, disability insurance, you could say, I've already helped hundreds of clients with disability insurance get this type of product that fits this specific need. If you're in that category or if that sounds like something that would benefit you, click this link here. This is how you get in touch with me. Go here. You want to make it easy, and I'm going to show you how to optimize your bio that has your phone, your links, all your calls to action, your email, all of that in. Here's a bad call to action, Hey guys, my name is Philip Setter. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to chat with me, you can book a call with me, I guess. That's not great. This has generally been my call to action for the last 5 years on my other channel. I say, what's up guys? For those of you who do not know me, my name is Philip Setter. I'm the founder and CEO of Affinity Life, where I've helped thousands of Canadians find the right life insurance coverage at the right price. Click the link in the description to get an instant quote below. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video. That's what I've said for the last 5 years. I used to say hundreds actually, but now we've gotten to thousands, so I say thousands. But that's a good call to action. You want to make it short, succinct, give social proof, tell them where to go, and then get into the video. You don't want to make it super long and drawn out. The last one is just deliver the value. Or sure, I shouldn't say the last one. The second last one, the fourth one, you want to deliver the value. This is now the core part of your video. This is where you're delivering your points. Points is the best structure, to do it. If you have here's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, or here's point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, having a structure to a video just makes it easier for them to digest. It keeps you on track as well. You're not going off on tangents because you can see, and I'm going to show you guys how to film, how to create your structures and all that and film and look at this and go here. So don't worry about that. But you want to plan your structure before filming. You want to use a little bit of storytelling and examples. You want to address their objections, pain points, keep energy high, avoid monotone. You don't want to be making videos where you're talking about life insurance and, term life insurance can be good for some people. You don't want to do that. You want to be a little bit energetic, charismatic. And again, this can be something that's quite taxing on you, and that's okay. Like, for example, myself right now, I've been recording videos for this curriculum for the last week, and it's back to back to back to back, and it is quite energy draining. I will block off a block of time. For example, right now it's 1:52. I've blocked off from 1 to 2:30. That's a 90-minute increment. All I'm doing is recording. My phone's on silent. I've shut everything down on my computer, and I am video after video, boom, we're going boom, 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 video by video. At 2:30, I'm going to have a break, and I'm just going to refresh myself, stop, don't look at my phone from 2:30 to 3, and then boom, at 3 o'clock, I'm going to record another 90 minutes till 4:30. Again, in a future video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this, but you want to make sure that you're keeping that energy high. If you are bored making the video, the person watching the video is going to be bored as well, and they're going to click off. You can see me right now. I'm having fun, lots of hand movement. I'm getting into it. I think this is probably engaging and exciting for you. It's exciting for me. If I was sitting here and I was going, okay, and another thing that you need to do is you need to reinforce your hook throughout it and make it as long as it needs to be. You'd be like, okay, I'm done with this, and you'd click off it. You'd be over it. But because I have energy high, I don't have monotone, I'm excited to do it. I think you're still relatively engaged. Maybe you can give me feedback and you say, no, absolutely not, Philip. It's the most boring video I've ever watched. The last thing here, make it as long as it needs to be and no longer. So everyone asks, I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people have asked, how long should this video be? What's the ideal format? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 20? Is it 30? Is it 40? Like, how long should a video be? It should be as long as it needs to be and not a second longer. So if it needs to be 10 minutes, or if you can get it down to 10 minutes, great. If it's 30 minutes, great. If it's an hour long, great. Make it as long as it needs to be and then no longer. So we're going to get into much more about this, delivering value, how to build this out, how to build an outline. Don't worry about that. I'm just giving you guys some overview now. The last thing is optimization. We're going to get into all this in a future video, don't worry, but we want to tell YouTube who it's for. So through SEO and metadata, that's going to signal the right audience for your video. This is done through keywords in the title, the description, and tags. You want to use search terms that your audience actually types. Another thing that can really help is chapter and timestamps for clarity. I'll show you guys how to add those chapter and timestamps. Have you ever seen that before when you watch a video on YouTube and there's just little like timestamps throughout the video? I don't know if you've seen this, but sometimes when you search for a specific term on Google, not on YouTube, on Google, you'll say, how to change a car battery. You'll see that a YouTube video pops up, but it's only a section of it. Have you ever seen that before? That is a chapter within YouTube that someone has taken the time to build a timestamp with a description for that specific chapter, that now when people search that term, that section of the video comes up. That's a very powerful way for you to get in front of people who are looking for something super specific, and you can insert your video and the specific section of your video that deals with that one topic very easily. That can get ranked on Google, which is the #1 search engine in the world. So yeah, it's obviously quite beneficial. Last slide here, key takeaway. This is what YouTube wants. Focus on clicks, hooks, and retention. Optimize for humans. YouTube will follow. YouTube's goal, again, it's to keep people watching longer. They want to keep people on their platform. Clicks come from great thumbnails and titles. Retention comes from a strong hook and real value. Consistency will train the algorithm to trust your channel and deliver it to more and more people. Don't chase hacks, create content people actually watch. When you serve the viewer, YouTube will serve your content. And I talked about that in the intent section. If you have a real intent to serve the viewer and actually deliver them value, YouTube and the people that watch it will pick up on that. They'll continue to watch it. YouTube will continue to serve it, and you'll build a channel that continues to feed you clients for years and years to come. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, we're going to spend some time, obviously, on this platform. This is going to be the main way that we are going to attract clients, build that credibility, being able to make that long-form content that builds that know, like, and trust factor with people. This is the best way to do it. Unfortunately, my personal channel, I haven't even launched one video on yet. So I would love to show you guys, obviously, all the analytics and how to do everything from that channel. However, I don't think it's going to give you guys a great idea because there's literally no data. I haven't even put one video out. So for the time being, until I create the next version of this curriculum, we're going to have to use my actual channel, which is the Affinity Life one, my actual insurance channel, I should say. But let's just go over the main overview of this platform, just to give you an idea. So if you've never used YouTube before, this is going to have everything that you need. If you've already used YouTube and you've already created a whole bunch, maybe you can skip this video. In the next one, we're actually going to be talking about how to optimize your bio from everything from keywords, description, bio, links, headshot, everything. So that'll be in the next video. But this one, let's just go over an overview. So this is obviously the main dashboard. If you go up here, obviously you need to create your channel. So if you haven't done that already, create your channel. But the main area that you're going to be living in is YouTube Studio. So let's go to YouTube Studio. And just to give you a little bit, this is your dashboard. Now, this is going to give you a quick overview of everything. This is the latest video that we have posted. You can see it's definitely been a little bit of time since I've posted my last video, since I've transitioned more from production into the software company, as well as coaching, et cetera, et cetera. So it's been a while since I posted a video. However, this is a good overview. You can see here your current analytics, subscribers that you have, summary for the last 28 days. I've only done about 10,000 views in the last 28 days. Considering that I haven't posted any content in a while, not bad. I've made $77, pretty good. Your top videos from the last 48 hours, you can see who's watching. This is very important to see here. Your ranking by views. So basically every video that you post, you want to be seeing that your views are going up, your click-through rate is going up. The one thing that I will note is with this average view duration, don't be concerned if it goes down, because this is based on the average of your channel. So for example, if you continuously are putting out 30-minute videos and people are watching, let's say 30% of it, 33% of it, that would mean your average watch time is 10 minutes. However, that's only a 30% watch time. If we go to this specific video right here, you can see that this video is only, where does it say? Does it say anywhere? 8 minutes and 9 seconds long. So this is a relatively short video. So even though the actual view duration from this video is only 4 minutes and 31 seconds, which doesn't sound that great, that's a percentage of 55.5%. So this video is actually doing better than average. 55.5% is incredible. 30% is kind of like you're doing good. That's like, anything less than 30%, it would be, okay, something's happened and we got to figure out, obviously we're losing people. 30 to 40% is like, yep, that's a pretty standard good video, standard across the board. 40% to 50%, obviously you're doing something quite good. And then, anything above 50 is great. So this video is actually doing phenomenal. It's only been out for, whatever it is, 228 days. I imagine that this video over the next 3 to 5 years will start to rank as one of the number one videos for Life Insurance 101 in Canada, unless one of you guys make an even better video and it goes, just as viral. But I imagine over time, just with this average view duration, the thumbnail looks really good, watch time, etc. Everything from that, all the analytics are showing that over time, this probably will grow substantially and become one of the top performing videos. So don't get too stressed about view duration. If it says down, that's obviously something that fluctuates per video. That's actually, again, it's just the amount and it's based on your channel average. However, the click-through rate and the views, these are something that you want obviously to increase over time. So you can see some channel analytics. If you just scroll over this, you can see all the videos there, how they're performing over the last period, which is, you can see 224 days, all these different videos right here. Top videos are right here. Okay, published videos, comments are here. This is just kind of a quick summary of everything. If we go to the left side, this is now our content. So this is where you're actually going to be seeing all of your content. So this should, most of the time, be showing scheduled. So this thing should be full, with videos that you've actually been creating, scheduling, and have that consistent 8 videos per month. Like I mentioned, obviously, once you start to see a little bit of success, you can slow down, which is what I did in my own business. However, you just want to, keep seeing traction and moving forward and do even better than me, you can keep posting that video. So we have long form content right here. You want to be seeing lots of scheduled right here. Over here, we have our shorts. Here's all our short form content. Live, I don't do any live things. You don't have to worry about that. Posts, this is where you can create some posts, community posts, where we can talk about that in a future video, but this is just a small little section. You can think about posts on YouTube the same way you think about posts on Instagram. This is where if you had some big updates you wanted to share or something noteworthy happened within your business, you could put that there. Playlist, this is where you can create lots of different playlists. So people can binge watch their content. So it's just a couple ones that I've made here. Life Insurance 101 in Canada, corporate planning, React videos, investing, taxes in Canada. I'll show you guys how to create playlists and how you can optimize it with SEO and keywords. So don't worry about that. I don't do any podcasts. I don't do any promotions, and I don't have any collaborations. No problem. Analytics. We're going to have a separate video about analytics and how you can use this, so don't worry about that, but this is where you can find it right here. Community is now the new place, pardon me, where you see all of your comments. So there used to be just like a comment section now, but they have an entire new spot for it right here, which is this community section, and you can see that there's a lot of comments that I haven't replied to. So you should try and reply to each and every single comment. Obviously, I've gotten a little bit lazy, but yeah, you should absolutely try and reply to each and every single one of those comments. So other than that, that's kind of the main overview of this section here. Customization is where we're actually going to be building out our bios and our descriptions and things like that. And I will show that from my other YouTube channel as well. That's all you need to know for right now. The last thing that you'll be using here, and I'll make another video about it, but right here, if you go to this create, that's where you can create all of your different things. So videos, go live. I don't do that. I don't do that. Here's where you can create a post, and here's where you can create that playlist as well. By the way, one little thing here, once you do upload a video, I'm going to have a separate video of exactly how you can upload and optimize and schedule and everything like that. However, there is no difference. There's no different section, pardon me, for a long form content versus a short form content. YouTube just knows that if it's under 60 seconds and you actually need to do it as like 59 seconds just to be on the safe side, it will be scheduled as a short versus anything longer than that will be scheduled as a long form video. So you don't necessarily have to, there's no two different sections that are for shorts versus long form videos. That's a general overview. In the next one, we're actually going to be going over how to set up your bio and optimize it so you have that consistent professional branded look across all your platforms and specifically on YouTube. Okay, let's go into now actually optimizing your YouTube profile from your logo and your banner and your keywords and your SEO and all of that stuff. Very easy to do. Don't stress. It's going to take you no time at all. We are now in my other personal brand, Philip Setter channel. You want to go on to your creator dashboard. Pardon me, or YouTube Studio is what it's called. And then on the bottom left, we want to go all the way down to customization. Now, from here, let's start with the banner image. So hopefully you've taken that personal branding kit that you built in the first one, you're sending that to a graphic designer, or maybe you're super graphically designed yourself and you're really good at Canva and making things. I'm not, I'm terrible at it. So at that point, hopefully you got a good branding kit back from them with your banner, optimized for all the different platforms. Now, YouTube is kind of the funny one, or the weird one, I guess, that you need to be aware of. So let's just see if it'll actually show it. It will not. Hang on. Let me see. Do I have this here? You know what I can do? Hang on. Maybe if I go. Okay, this is actually a perfect example. So this one, I actually just recreated it. So you can see here, there's 3 different ways that you see a YouTube banner. So 1 is on the TV, 2 is on desktop, and 3 is on your mobile phone. So you want to create it in a way where no matter what device people are using, it's optimized across those 3 different devices. So you want to have, you can see here, this was what was created originally by my graphic designer. And I said, no, that will not work. Half of my face is cut off and nothing else is really happening. On desktop, it looks great. On mobile, it looks terrible. On TV, it looks great. So I said, nope, that's not going to work. Come back and fix that. So actually, if we just go to view my channel, you can see that that was changed. So now the bulk of the information is in here. And if you view this on the phone, you'll see that most of that this section right here is what you see on that phone. So make sure that your banner is optimized for TV, as well as desktop, as well as mobile. That's step number 1. Step number 2, picture. This is pretty standard. Profile picture. Upload that here. Again, picture of yourself. This is your personal brand. It is you, not a company logo. You want to have you as that individual picture. And you're probably saying, but Philip, you have a logo of Affinity Life on there and you don't have that. Yeah, and I think it cost me quite a bit. And I built out a company name, which took me way longer and it was way harder and way more stress to do. So don't make the same mistake that I did, because at the end of the day, people are still calling Philip Setter me. So you just want to have that as a clear professional picture of yourself. Name, You can either make this your name or your name, dash insurance broker, something like that. You could do either. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it just depends, how much you want to lean into one specific service, but if you wanted to put, Philip Setter, maybe you're a certified financial planner, you could put that there as well. But definitely put your name. As far as your handle, you just want to have something professional. If you can just do your first and your last name, just do that. If you have to add your middle name or maybe a dot between your first and last name, you can do that. But just try and have your name, have it professional, not Skater Boy, 69 or whatever. Description, again, you're just pulling this from whatever you've created before. So your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and your description on YouTube should all relatively be the same. You can have a little bit, about yourself, some accomplishments, maybe what you've been featured in, etc., who you help, who you serve. This is, you were able, to produce this from those ChatGPT prompts. If you go to the worksheet, you can find those and you can start with that. Definitely, once ChatGPT, gives you back an answer, look through it, see if it resonates, change some things. Don't just blindly copy and paste. Obviously, it will spit out a good start, but you might have to improve some things as you go forward. Links, this is very important. Obviously, you want to include your link to wherever it is. You can see here, mine is free training, and this is advisorinstitute.ca. You want to put whatever landing page or specific website, get a quote, wherever it is that you want to direct people to. This is going to be the main link that you have here. You can add multiple links if you would like, or you can add just that link tree, you can add that link tree where it has everything in one specific page. That might be a little bit easier. You want to put your email right here as well. This is all pretty straightforward. You're probably like, yeah, okay, Philip, I get it. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. So once you've done that, that's super easy. Now let's go to settings. This is where you're just going to add some default channel settings. So currency doesn't really matter for now. You can leave that until you get monetized, which is 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch time. If we go to channel, this is where we can start to put some info for the channel. So let's actually put my country. So country of residence, this is super important. Hang on, where's Canada? There we go. Now keywords. So this right here is channel keywords. You can create this one time, which by the way, if you go to this worksheet, if you go to channel prompts, you will see, where is it? Prompt, channel keywords right here. Just copy and paste this into ChatGPT. It'll spit you out a bunch of keywords. Right here, go back to here, copy and paste them. Super easy. That's relatively easy to do. This is a one-time setup for your channel. I don't know how many you can have here. 500 characters. So you can have 500 characters max. Set this up using those prompts, from ChatGPT. And this is for your channel as a whole. So I'm going to get into upload defaults for each specific video, but this you're going to set up one time. It's fixed. It's done. Let's go to advanced settings. Just click this and say, this is not for kids. I'm going to do that actually for myself right now as well. If you don't select this, you have to do this for every single, let's go back here. Awesome, it exits, okay. If you don't do this, you have to do it for every single video, which is super annoying. Google Ads account linking, so you can link it from here, or you can link it from your Google Ad account. I will show you that in a future module, which is the paid ads, so don't worry about that. But this is where you'd have your Google Ads linked, and then feature eligibility. You don't have to worry about any of this for right now. Okay, upload defaults, obviously title, you don't ever have to mess with. Obviously, title is going to be different for every single video. You don't need to change this. There's no upload default for that. Description. So we have, hang on, if we go back to here, video ideas, create outline, right here in the optimization. Here we go, a description optimized for SEO. I will show you guys in another video the framework that you will use for all of your descriptions, and you'll see that most of it is generally going to be the same except for the specifics about each video and maybe some different links and obviously the timestamps for each individual video. So you have two choices. You could upload the basics of what you are going to include, or you can change this for each and every single video. So hang on, let me go back here. Two options. Number one, you upload the basis where you have some sections that are like, this is different, this is different, this is different, but the rest is the same. And then you just input those into each and every video. That's option number one. Option number two is if you're using ChatGPT to build out your descriptions, which we have all the prompts for in the worksheet, you can Save specific information that you want to have in every single one. And then you can just say, hey, ChatGPT, the only things that we're going to change is the actual description and the timestamps, which I'm going to create myself. So it's just really the description. So just, copy my format, add the description and the keywords. That's it. So you can do it either way. If you wanted to add the basis for the description, that's what I do. So just every video I upload has that already populated. But if you wanted to just, keep it simple, just so you don't mess anything up, and you make sure that the description is perfect every time, you can add it to each and every single one. Not keywords, tags. This is another thing, again, that you can choose to do either on each and every single video, or you can add some basics ones here. If you do add some defaults, so what this means is for every video that you upload, these tags will automatically be applied to it, which, by the way, just to give you a little bit on tags, yes, they do help people find your videos, but they are definitely not like a huge factor anymore. We're talking maybe like 3 to 5 or 3 to 8%, somewhere in that range, not even 10%. So it's a relatively low thing. So don't stress too much about putting the tags on and making sure they're right and they're optimized and all this. It's not the end of the world nowadays. This isn't how people, this isn't the number one way, that people are finding your videos. So don't stress too much about this. But if you did want to add, if, for example, if every single video that you're making is on life insurance. So you could add life insurance to that, but maybe you'll make some about disability and critical illness. So maybe don't add that one, but you could add insurance, for example, insurance. You could add, if you're specific to a region, if you're in Canada or the United States, you could say USA insurance, USA life insurance, something like that. Or if you're specific to a region or a city, you could say, Calgary life insurance, something like that. You could add a couple of these. Keep in mind that the total character limit is going to be 500. So you want to add some space. If you do have some defaults here, you want to have some space that you can add tags specific to each and individual video. So, if you can find five to 8 or something like that are relatively small, maybe even 5 to 6, 5 to 7 that are going to be the same for every single video, you can go ahead and add them. But if not, I wouldn't stress too much about it. It is not the end of the world. Other than that, I don't think there's anything in here. This is all good. Permissions is all good. That is all good. That is all good. That is all you need to set up and optimize. Yes, I want to discard those changes. I don't even know what I changed. That is all you want to set up and optimize for your YouTube channel. And once you get that set up, you are ready to start posting some videos. So with that being said, let's get into the next video where we start talking about how to create your first set of videos. Now that we've optimized our channel and we've set it up, we are ready to dive in to YouTube. So the first framework that I'm going to be going through is the ICE framework. I'm just going to be going over the framework in this presentation. In another video, I'm going to walk you through an actual screen share where I'm going to be using ChatGPT and as well as these other different services that I'm going to list in this presentation about how to actually come up with ideas and find names and use this system, specifically the Trello board that I use in my business, to organize all this and put it into a very easy and manageable system for you to create content at scale, and also to have this in a system. So every month it's like batched. We're doing the same thing. This day I do this. This day I do this. This day I do this. That way it's not super overwhelming for you. However, the first framework is this ICE framework, and I pressed the next button and it didn't go anywhere. Hang on, we have to go here. Okay, so what is the ICE framework? Essentially, plan, create, and optimize every video. So that acronym, hang on, if I go to the next one, it's plan ideas actually, which is the I. Let me see here. I for ideas. There we go. Okay, so this is a simple 3-step system to provide consistent high-performing videos that align with your goals. Every video has a clear idea, a structured message, and smart optimization. We're going to be talking about all that. You want to follow this one so you can streamline your production, stay consistent, and you want to create faster while keeping your content intentional. So, step number 1 is the I in ICE is ideas. We need to come up with ideas for content. That is what we need to do every single month. You're going to pick a day, and I'm going to go through in a future video, my total breakdown of calendar, what days that I do this. Usually what I like to do is I like to, and I'm gonna show you this in another video, but I'll share it a little bit with you now. I like to come up with ideas at the end of the month. So usually around the 20th, maybe the 23rd. This is just how I do my content. You can pick any system that works for you. So I like to have all my ideas done by usually the 25th or the 27th, somewhere in there, okay? The second stage is create, and the third stage, the C is create, and the third stage is enhance. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. However, at the end of the month, I have all my ideas, and I script everything, which I'm going to show you how to do in the next video, which is the Halo framework. Sorry if I'm jumping back and forth too much here. Lots to share. Don't worry, you'll learn everything. The beginning of the month is when I batch all of my content and I start recording. So I have everything ready by the end of the month. The month that I'm starting to record the content, I've already created that content. So I already have everything scheduled and it's already going out. So for example, it is October right now. It is the 10th. By the end of this month, I will start creating content. I'll have the ideas, I'll have the titles, I'll have the script and everything. The beginning of November, I'll be creating videos for December. So I'm always 1 month in advance, just because that's how I like to do it. I don't like to stress about videos, whatever it is. I like to have everything ready and prepped to go. So usually around the 3rd, 4th, or 5th of the month, I'll start recording my content, and I will do it over a 2 to 3 day window. Here's the thing, just for me personally, I can't record for more than 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours at max. So usually I can do 2 to 3 quality videos per day before I'm like totally burnt out and I'm done. So I'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. I'll book it off from, let's say, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Well, my meetings can start as early as 6. So I book it off from 6 a.m. To 12 p.m. Totally booked off. So the morning, I record all morning, and then I'm done for the day. That's it. And then Wednesday or Tuesday I'll do it, and then Wednesday I'll do it. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to the slideshow here. Sorry, I got a little bit off track there. I guess, hang on, before we get back to the slideshow, just to finish up that thing, that's usually the 4th, 5th, or 6th that I've then created all the content. I have an editor now, but I used to do the editing myself. I would have everything edited by the 15th, and then usually, let's say by the 18th or the 20th, everything is already scheduled, SEO, description, keywords, titles, thumbnails, etc. for the following month. Okay, let's get back to ideas. We're getting off track here. Okay. Ideas. You want to start with a search-based topic. Again, we're looking at SEO-based content. The best ideas come from what your audience is already searching for. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. YouTube auto-suggest. So if you go onto YouTube or Google and you type in, let's see if I can do this real quick here. Let's just go here, okay? Let's go life insurance. Let's just click that. Let's see what comes up. So here's one of the ways. And then here, if you go to this people also ask section, and then if you keep clicking, show more. Okay, go here, go here, go here. You can see all of these keep coming up. So let's go back up. Let's go back up. Where were we? How much is $100,000 in life insurance a month? What are 4 types of life insurance? How much does $1 million life insurance policy cost? How does life insurance work? What is the best age to get life insurance? What is the downside of life insurance? Who should not get life insurance? Do life insurance really pay? What happens if I outlive my life insurance? At what age does it stop paying? Is it worth getting? So obviously, don't do every single one of these, but there is an endless amount. You just have to keep clicking on the last one, and it'll pop up a whole new section. So there's tons of questions right here that you can go to. Let's go back here. Okay, YouTube auto-suggest. That's on Google. You can do the same thing on YouTube as well. If you type that in, there's lots of different auto-suggestions there. TubeBuddy and vidIQ, they're 2 different tools and here, Google people also asked. That's the one that we just went through. TubeBuddy, and vidIQ. Those are 2 different tools you can install. They're little plugins. I use vidIQ. It's good. It's fine. Like it's a good enough service. You can put it on there. There's a paid version and a free version. I found that sometimes it's worked relatively well. But a lot of the times I'm just looking for my own content because it's a little bit more specific for life insurance. For whatever reason, I didn't find it was like that amazing for me, but maybe you'll have better benefits with it. Those are 2 plugins you can put, both TubeBuddy and vidIQ. Google, the people also asked, that's the one we just did. And then YouTube Auto Suggest, that's on YouTube. Another thing that you can do, this actually is one of the best things that you can do. So let's actually just go through that real quick. Let's go to YouTube and let's search for life insurance Canada. And let's see what different accounts here. Okay, we got my boy Thomas Chen. He's good. Steph, where am I? Not bad. Okay, I'm number 4th. We could be better. That's fine. Okay, this is what you can do. Let's go to this account. Let's go to his videos. Cool. Let's go popular. Let's see what his popular videos are. 3 retirement benefits in Canada, CPP, OAS, GIS. That's a great video title right there. So, like, go to your competitor's channel, find which videos are doing the best. So you can see here, his Primerica one is good. Taxes in Canada is good. Here's the thing that I would talk about just with these 2 videos. If you're not doing anything with taxes, don't make a tax video. And this is just my opinion. I made tax videos. I got tons of views. How many clients did I get from those clients? 0. You know what I did get from those clients? Oh, not clients. You know what I did get from those leads? Hey, are you an accountant? Hey, can you do my taxes? Hey, can I come to you with, can you answer this tax question? So if you're offering tax advice, if that's part of your practice, great. Make those videos. If you're not, they're not that great to make. So, you know, yeah, I would take that with a grain of salt when you're looking up these. But this one, if you're doing investments and financial planning, this one's doing great. Yeah, this one's doing awesome. You can get a lot of different ideas from this. If we go back here, let's see what Steph and Dan are up to.
When it comes to...
Cool. Let's go to their videos. Popular. Downtown Toronto apartment hunting. So that's kind of useless for us. TFSA Explained, that's always a classic video. I would do that one. Let's go back here and let's just look up Life Insurance Explained. See what the top, AccuQuote Life Insurance. No. There's Steph and Dan again. Hey, there's your boy. Cool, love to see it. Lots of me. All right, you know what? Hey, let's go to my own channel. Let's see. Okay, videos, popular. Primerica review, WFG review, those 2 did really well. Infinite banking, that one did really well. Tax brackets explained. There you go. I made a tax video. It got lots of views. How many clients did I get from that? Maybe some, maybe not too many. Taxation upon death. This is a good one for estate planning if you're offering estate planning. I've got some estate planning clients from this. Corporate taxation explained, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, you want to go. This is a good place to find videos. You want to go to different competitor channels, find which videos are performing well, find, you know, and then put your own spin on it. Like watch the video, see how they did it, do it better. Have a better title, have a better thumbnail, have a better intro or hook, pardon me, have a better call to action, deliver better value, and you will rank better, make a better video, and you'll be above them when people search for that term. You want to focus on specific phrases, not broad ideas. So an example, how much life insurance do I need in Canada? That's especially helpful if you're only working in Canada or if you're only working in the United States. You should be relatively clear on that for people that are searching. Obviously, the market in the United States, is way bigger than the market in Canada. So a lot of people searching in the US don't actually even put US because they just assume all content is for them. But for Canadian-based content, you do need to, put those specific terms in, which I've done on my own channel. But you do need to do that. My channel is roughly about 80% from Canada. So the people that are searching do see that it's specific to Canada. And YouTube has recognized through their algorithm that, hey, my content should be suggested to people in Canada. Number 2, C, create. So create with Halo. We're going to get into that in the next video, which is going to be the format for how to actually create your outline or your script for each video. I'm going to show you how to do that. We have ChatGPT prompts as well. You can easily put it in. You can get all this created for you. Don't worry about that. But that is going to be the second thing. So first thing is ideas. Second thing is create with Halo, which is the next framework we're going to talk about. That's very simple. Hook. We talked about this. Start with curiosity or bold statement. Action, introduce who you are, who you help. Lesson, teach that 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 clear actionable steps, whatever it is. or actionable points, pardon me. And then outcomes, summarize and give the next step. So at the end of my video, I don't ever ask anyone to subscribe ever. You don't care about subscriptions. If they like the content, they're going to subscribe anyways. You don't need them to do that. I just ask for a like. I say, hey, if you guys enjoy this content, all I ask is you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God, I've been saying that for a long time. We'll talk about that in the next video. The last section here for our framework is enhance. So again, we want to make every video discoverable. If you're spending all this time coming up with great ideas, using the Halo framework to build out an amazing video, and you have the hook and the intro and the lessons and the outcome and all of this done super well, however, you don't have a good title, you don't have a good thumbnail, you don't have any SEO descriptions or titles or keywords, any of that, and no one finds it, nobody cares. Conversely, if you have a good title and description and thumbnail and keywords and SEO, but you have a crappy video, then people are going to click it and they're going to leave. So you got to have both of these things to work obviously in tandem. But the last step of the process is enhance with optimization. We want to tell YouTube who your video is for and help them find the right viewers to find you. Thumbnails, bold, clean, curiosity driven. We're going to be talking about that. Don't worry how to create those. Titles, you want to combine keyword plus benefit. And if you can put year in there, that's great, especially with a lot of these things that change. TFSA explained, 2025. RSP explained, 2025. TFSA versus RSP, full guide, 2025. Guess what? 2026 is just around the corner as of this time recording. We're ready to make a whole nother year of content for 2026. In my space right now, teaching digital marketing to insurance brokers, helping you guys sell online. It's going to be, a complete guide to using YouTube as a financial advisor, 2025. Guess what I'm going to be making in 2026? So that's a good way to just put that on the end, keep it relevant, keep it fresh. Descriptions like chapters, links, natural keywords, tags and keywords at the end. Don't worry. I have templates and ChatGPT prompts, for all of this, so you don't have to write all this. We're going to get into all that. Don't you worry. Anyways, key takeaway, plan, create, optimize. ICE gives you a repeatable system to stay consistent, improve faster, grow with purpose. So I for ideas, C for create with Halo, E for enhance, clicks, retention, discoverability. Follow that. That's your video framework outline that you can use to consistently create content each and every single month that does get discovered, gets views, gets you clients. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the Halo framework, which is the specific framework you can use for each individual video. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you guys in that one. Okay, now that we know how to actually build out the video ideas, create the content, enhance, and don't worry, future videos are also going to have a lot of the actual tutorials and screen shares where I'm going to walk you through this step by step. We now need to go into our next framework, which is the Halo framework. We kind of touched on it in the last slide, but the last presentation, I should say. This is now the framework that you want to use for every single video. Every video that you're making on YouTube will follow this format. This is how you're going to continuously get clicks, have people stay on the video, follow an action, become a client, click a link, download something, become a client, etc. From following this framework. So this is a simple, repeatable structure. It keeps your content organized, engaging, easy to follow from the first second to the last. Avoid rambling, losing focus. Every part of the video has a purpose. Let's just break right into it, actually. So the 4 different principles for this, the acronym is hook, action, lesson, and outcome. And we've already spoken about this quite a bit in other presentations, but I do just want to hammer on this again, just so you guys get completely understood on this, because every single video needs to follow this framework. So hook is one of the most important things. This is how you win their attention in the first 10 seconds. If you don't have a good hook, people leave. They'll click off the video. They won't watch it. Doesn't matter how good your thumbnail is, how good your title is, how good your SEO is, your optimization, your keywords, your tags, all of that doesn't matter. If you can't capture their attention in the first 10 to 15 seconds, they will just leave. We already went over that a little bit in a previous video where I talked about what a good versus a bad hook is. Again, a bad hook is, hey, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between term life insurance and permanent life insurance. No. A good hook would be something like, chances are you just got married, or chances are you just bought a house and your financial responsibilities are very high. And if you were to pass away, your loved ones would be very financially impacted, and you're weighing the decision, should I get term or permanent? This is a large financial decision, and if you make a mistake, it could cost you your life savings. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly the difference between the two, so you will know which one is best for you. That was not very good. I probably could have made it better. I'm a little bit on the spot, but you get the idea. You want to try and create interest, create curiosity, make a bold statement. Basically they want to say, if I don't watch this video, I'm going to lose out. I need to finish this. There's something at the end, or I'm going to figure out something, or I'm not going to lose something if I watch it. So you want to start with emotion, curiosity, tension. Here's something actually to think about as well. And I have it right here. Speak directly to the viewer. So one of the ways that has helped me in my career, both in the insurance industry, as well as now that I'm making these videos as personal branding and teaching other insurance advisors to be able to sell online using social media, when I start a video, I genuinely try and put myself in the shoes of that person. Like, what are they thinking? What emotions do they have? Where are they in their life? And I can say, for example, I can pull on my own experience and say something like, if you're watching this video, chances are you're probably frustrated because you've been trying to get clients, you've been doing everything that your upline or your mentor or your MGA has been teaching you. You've tried cold calling, you tried door knocking, you tried doing this. You're frustrated, you have no system. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I scaled from $0 to 6 figures per year using 100% online strategies. Make sure to watch until the end because I'm giving away my #1 secret that helped me scale 80% more than any other feature. I'm really trying to put myself in the mindset of that individual, thinking, where would they be? And again, if you are trying to go after a specific market that resonates with you, you will know their pain points. So something that does help as well, promise a benefit or reveal what's coming up. You can say something like, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly if you should do this or that. That's a good one. Or by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly if this is right for you, or that. Well, that's the same thing, but you want to try and reveal something. You want to try and hook them. You want to think outside the box. What would it be? What could I say to make them want to watch until the very end so they get everything and they don't miss anything? So that's something they can work on. Again, we have some ChatGPT prompts that can help you brainstorm some different ideas for the hook, but you should be spending not a huge amount of time on the hook, but you should be spending, in proportion to how long it is. I mean, the hook is like 15 seconds. You should be spending, 30 to 40% of your effort making sure that hook is great, which is quite a bit in proportion to how long the hook is. The hook is like 15 seconds, whereas the rest of the video might be 10, 20, or 30 minutes. But again, it doesn't matter how good your value is. If you can't hook them in the first 15 seconds, they're not going to watch. So I spend a little bit of time on this. The stronger the hook, the higher the retention. And that's the first thing with every video. The second thing is action. You want to drop your call to action early. Establish who you are, who you help, where to go next. Make it confident and consistent in every single video. So again, my intro that I've used for the last 5 years is, hey, what's up, guys? For those of you who do not know me, my name is Philip Setter. I'm the founder and CEO of Affinity Life, where we've helped thousands of Canadians find the right life insurance coverage at the right price, all from the comfort of their own home. If that's interesting, you can click the link in the description and get an instant quote today. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video. I've said that for years and years and years and years. You establish exactly who you are, you add credibility, you present the next step, and you tell them where to find it. I guess I have all of that written in a, in this bullet point. Yeah, so I'm Philip Setter, independent insurance broker. I've helped thousands of Canadians find the right life insurance for their family. If you're looking to protect your family income, download my free guide or book a call below. You'll find that link in the description and pinned comment. You want to be who you are, add credibility, present the next step, tell them where to find it. This shouldn't be super long. Like you saw me do it, this should be, 20 seconds long, 20 to 25 seconds long. You want to get right into the content right away, but you do want to drop it very early because again, that retention is usually 30, I'd say 20 to 40% on average. So you want to have it at the beginning to be able to capture the most amount of attention so they know who you are, who you serve, and where to get in touch with you if they want to work with you. L for lesson, this is relatively straightforward. This is where you're starting to deliver that value that keeps their attention. You want to keep this structured. You want to teach 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 clear ideas. Avoid fluff. Focus on helping the viewer understand it quickly. I found that points is the best way. So when you're building, your bullet points, which I'm going to show you how to do in an upcoming video, you want to have it structured. Point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. I don't script any of my videos. In the next module, Record, Edit, Publish, Video Production 101, I'll be talking about how to present yourself in front of a camera, how to be genuine, how to be authentic, how to record, equipment, lighting, camera, sound, everything. And in that, I'm going to be talking a lot about, how to present an outline and how that usually looks. Again, I don't script anything. I found the best way that you can be genuine is from bullet points. Because bullet points, you're not, I found reading a script is very okay, teach 1 to 3 clear ideas. I found that it's hard for you to be genuine and authentic when you're reading from a script. So if you bullet point it out and you have point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, you deliver point 1. So you look at the screen, look at point 1, look back at the camera, and now deliver point 1. Okay, well here, let me tell you benefit 1 about term life insurance. The number 1 benefit term life insurance is probably the best product is this. You deliver that, look back at your screen. What's point number 2? Okay, great. The second benefit that term life insurance has is this. That is a very clear way for you to deliver a video format, stay organized, stay concise, have it structured, and also be genuine and authentic. Again, you want to support a lot of this with lessons, stories, analogies. You can say, here's the thing. I was talking with a client the other day. They had this product. It was a shame. They would have done much better with this product. They're wasting the money, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to be that person. This is why you should have this product. You can interlace a lot of those stories and analogies and lessons, and you should try to bring that in throughout your bullet points. Another thing too, avoid jargon. You want to, not only do you want to explain this like you would to a friend, you want to talk like you are just talking to a friend. You want to just think of the camera, and I'm going to get a lot more into this in the actual video production 101, but you want to be talking into the camera like you were just be talking into a friend. You don't want to put on this extra personality and pretend you're presenting in front of a huge room of people. You do want to keep it natural, energetic and natural. So don't worry, I'm going to talk about all of that, video production, how to be in front of the camera, how to get over the shyness and the anxiety of being in front of a camera. But this is just the framework, for being able to have, again, the framework for those videos. The last one is outcome. So we have, what's H stand for? Oh, hook, pardon me. We have hook, action, lesson. The last part of the video is outcome. You want to wrap it up nice and succinctly. Once you deliver your points, you want to close with direction and confidence. So you can say, in conclusion, the reason that you should pick this product over this product, or in conclusion, you can see that this product whole life is better than this, or whatever it is. In conclusion, the reason you'd pick this ability is because of boom, 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 boom. And then, just like I say here, recap the main point in 1 sentence. And then you want to direct them with some type of outcome. So there's many different outcomes that you can have. The most common one that I use is just, hey, if you enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I use this over and over and over again. However, think about it a little bit with each specific video. If there's a next logical step that you can direct the viewer to, for example, maybe you have, let's use TFSA explained. If you're in Canada, you'll know what a TFSA is. If you're in the States, a TFSA is basically like a Roth IRA. So it's similar registered accounts. So if someone is watching a TFSA video, the next logical step might be the RRSP. And so at the end of the video, you could say, so in conclusion, the TFSA is a really great account for an individual who's doing this, However, maybe if you're this individual, an RSP might be a better account for you. And if you want to watch that video, I made a great presentation and you can watch it there. And I'll show you guys how to put end screens on your video as well. So you can put an end screen, but you do want to end with something for them to do. You don't want to just say, and that's all about TFSA. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day. That's a bad way to end a video, even though that rhymed. So maybe that would make a good ending. Pardon me. That wouldn't make it. That actually wouldn't make a good ending. So you want to reinforce the benefit of what they just learned. Encourage engagement, whether that's a like, a comment, or share. If you want to direct them to something like that. Again, if you have a resource or a video that you have in mind, prep this before you start recording the video. So put this in your notes, and I'm going to show you guys how to build out those notes as well. So you have an easy template that you can pull from when you're recording videos. But you can put that there and you can say, okay, at the end of the video, direct them to the RSP video. That makes sense. Remind them of your CTA offer. Maybe not, if it makes sense. You know, if you have, let's say, some type of lead magnet that you built out specific to the video that you had in mind, you can say, and don't forget, I have a guide that explains exactly how to do this, or if you're this or this, or the top 10 reasons for this, click the link. Only put that where it makes sense. You know, you don't need to reiterate your original call for action, which you do right after the hook. That's not what this is for. It's for if you have a specific action or guide for a specific video. And again, you want to build that out before you actually start recording. You don't want to be thinking of it on the spot. Okay, in conclusion, I think that's great. And I think I've made another video on it, and maybe click here if you want to. You know, you want to think about it, obviously, before you start recording that video. So just, to summarize, end with purpose, never drift off. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day. So now that you have the framework, this is just the key takeaways from this. Hook, action, lesson, outcome. This is the framework for every single video that you will make moving forward. It's a tried and proven format for YouTube. This is how you get clients. This is how you make videos that actually convert into clients that watch the video, click a link, download something, go into your funnel, and finally become a customer. This is how you do it. So hook, start bold, earn attention, action, introduce yourself with purpose, lesson, teach, simply, stay focused, outcome, end strong with a next step. You want to repeat this for every single video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, so now that we've gone through the ICE framework, the Halo framework, we've organized and we've optimized our YouTube channel, we are ready to plan our first batch of content. And whether this is your first batch or your 10th batch or whatever it is, it's relatively going to be the same. Obviously, your first batch is going to be the most intimidating because you're figuring so many of these things out. But once you get into the workflow, this just becomes part of your daily practice or your monthly practice, and you're just going through the day in and the day out. I promise once you use this for a while, it will become easier, and you'll just be like cranking this month in and month out. So if we go to the Module 5 worksheets, under Content Planning System, you'll see the general workflow for content creation. Now, you need to figure out a process that works for you in your business. I figured out a process that works for me. Maybe I'll actually just include that in here. I have an example for you. This is pretty generic though, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. For me, I batch all my content in advance. So the next month is already recorded and scheduled and edited the previous month. So usually how I run my content, and I said this in another video, but I'll say it again. Usually how I run my content is by the end of the month, I start the ideation, scripting, outlining stage. These two right here, okay? So that's usually from, let's say, the 25th to the 30th, somewhere in that range. By the 1st or the 2nd, that's when I start recording. And I record multiple videos in one batch. So like I mentioned in another video, but I'll say it again, I usually find my limit for videos is like, if it's a YouTube video and it's like 15 to 30 minutes long, 2 to 3 videos max. If it's shorts, I can obviously crank out more shorts in one session. But if it's long form content on video, I'm usually only doing 2 to 3 videos. So I will schedule 2 to 3 days, and I'll usually schedule it in the morning from, let's say, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. In the next module, I'll talk about tips and tricks that you can implement to try and set yourself up for success when recording. However, that happens usually between the 1st and the 5th of each month. And then usually by, let's say, the
5th to the 10th, I personally have an editor now, video editor. You want to get to the point eventually that you can bring on a video editor and, offload this to them. This isn't something you want to be doing all the time, but at first you may need to edit, and you should edit your own videos. We're going to talk about that as well in the next module, so don't worry about that. That's usually happening between anywhere from the 5th to the 15th. By the 15th, I like to have all my videos done. Like everything's edited, revisions sent back. We have uploaded all the videos. We have all the videos, and they are ready to go. And I am scheduling them by the 15th of every month for the next month. So I like to just get them done, get them scheduled, get out of the way. And then usually around that 20th, that's when I'm starting the 20th to 25th. That's when I'm starting that cycle all over again. I'm checking my analytics. I'm seeing what worked, I'm seeing what didn't work. I'm refining, and I'm going through that process again. Excuse me. Okay, so let's just go over step number 1. If we go to our, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong, we want to go up here. If we go to our Chat GPT prompts and we go to YouTube, we go to video ideas, here we go. Let's just copy and paste this and we can get some ideas. So let's go to Chat GPT. We have a new chat. Let's copy this. Let's see if we need to change anything. Build your first month of videos. Yep, repeat the prompt later for ideas. Okay, we can delete this. We don't need that. Prompt. Okay, we can delete prompt as well. I just copied everything. Whoops. Okay, let's delete that too. Okay, I'm a life and health insurance. Yep, protecting their families. Do I need to change anything? So this is step 1 to come up with video ideas. This is probably one of the easiest ways. Cool, lifestyle or niche angles. So I'm going to put my own in here. I'm just going to say, mountain sports, rock climbers, ice climbers, etc. Not a bad idea to create a few of those every once in a while. Okay, here we go. Common insurance questions. Do I really need life insurance if I'm young and healthy? Yeah, that's not bad. We can always just do a little check. If we go on YouTube, we search this. Let's see how much this is actually being searched. Oop, don't need that one. Let's take that out. How much term insurance do you need? Okay. Do you need life insurance if you're single with no kids? Okay. I'm single. Do I need life insurance? 5 reasons to buy whole life insurance for children. Okay, so you can start to see this isn't a super search term, but wouldn't be the worst idea to put out there. I mean, you could always just put it out there, test it, and see. That's a good one. I don't know about this one. This seems kind of like a, boring topic. I probably wouldn't do that one. I don't know how many people are actually searching for that. This one right here, this would be a good one. How much life insurance do you actually need? By the way, this will come with practice. The more you create videos, the more that you'll see what is actually searched. So you can see this one's actually relatively searched here quite often. How much term insurance do I need? How much insurance do you actually need? How much insurance do I need? Yep. Oh, how much insurance did you buy? There's your boy. How much? So this one's a relatively good one. So we could add that to the list. Okay, cool. That's there. So what we can do, once you, sorry, I'm going all over the place. Pardon me here. Once you find a few videos that resonate with you from ChatGPT, you can go through this. Let's say that we, want to use this one right here. How much insurance do you actually need? So let's just take this. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to our ChatGPT prompts. Pardon me. We're going to go to this outline, and then we're going to copy this right here. So you could, and I'm not going to do the more detail, context, and examples. Actually, I'm going to do it just for your sake. So let's copy this right here. Let's go back to ChatGPT, paste that in, and then this is the one. You could paste each and every single one that you're interested in. Just for the sake of this video, I'm only going to put one, but you could put obviously, you could put all of them in here, all the ones that you, resonated with you, etc. Okay, so once we have that, let's see what it gives us. Okay. Most important talking points, engage in script, call to action. Yeah, see, most people guess their life insurance needs. So one of the things that you'll find with ChatGPT is you'll get a lot of these, talking points. What I would do, what I have found best when using ChatGPT is if you just copy this and put this into your script, you're not going to have it planned out in your mind. And you're going to find that you're going to be looking at the camera, you're going to be looking here, and you're going to kind of get confused and like, what was I saying? That's too much detail. Where was I at? And so I found that actually scripting out, using ChatGPT to actually script out your video doesn't work all the time. But what I would do is I would grab this right here as information for yourself, study it, and then rearrange it however it makes sense to you. And once you go through it and you kind of, I don't want to say meditate, but you visualize it and you start to think about your talking points and how am I going to structure this and how I'm going to lead into this, then you can go through this and you can say, okay, so how much life insurance do you actually need? Okay, most people guess their life insurance, the real goal, simple rule of thumb, break it down, income replacement. So I would go through this and be like, hey, how do I want to structure this? These are all good talking points. I would probably structure this, first and foremost, I would say a quick intro on different types of life insurance. So I'd say term versus permanent, something like that. Very quick, a minute or two where I talk about the needs. And then I would talk about, the purpose for term life insurance. I would say, general rule of thumb is this, how much do you need? And then I would break it down into what you need it for. Maybe talk about, the one size fits all. Say they can change over time. But I would structure this in a way so they're points. And right now they're bullet points, but I would even put it by number just because personally I find that a little bit easier to categorize. So go through this and you could even ask them to restructure it in a way, but I find that restructuring it yourself in your brain will just give you better understanding of it. You'll be able to visualize it a lot better and you'll know exactly how you're going to process it. And the video will just come out a little bit more genuine and smooth. So that's how I do it. However, the script here, this is a good question. Here, let's see here. Here's one of the biggest questions I get. How much life insurance do I actually need? Most people either guess a random number or give whatever their job gives them. The truth is these numbers almost never add up. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to figure. Yeah, that's not bad. Not some online calc, not everybody has, but never the actual fix. I would probably condense this down a little bit. And then this call to action, this is going to be something that you have specific to your organization. Like I mentioned, I say, what's up, guys? For those who do not know me, my name is Philip Sett. I'm the founder and CEO of Affinity Life, where we've helped thousands of Canadians find the right life insurance, et cetera, et cetera. So this, you can take some inspiration from it. But again, obviously it needs to be specific and you can keep it the same for every video. So once you have this talking points, the bullet points, and you can ask it, I'll just say condense, the bullet points into less. And, you know why there's so much? It's because I said expand on each bullet point. Okay, condense the bullet points into less and remove all extra detail. Let's see what it comes up with now. Again, I would go through this, even looking at this now, I would go through it. This is good. I would go through this though, and I would just wrap your head around it and come up with, better bullet points. That just works for me. Anyways, okay, so now that we have, going back to this right here, and we have that. We have it, by the way, there's a prompt for the full script that you can use as well, which has a combination of emotion-driven, data-driven, and fun-seeking viewers, etc. If you want to go full script, I don't recommend that. I would definitely do bullet points just because it comes off as more genuine. I'll talk more about that in the next module, Recording and Production 101. Let's go back here to our checklist. Where was that? Content planning. So now you've done ideation to brainstorm your SEO-based search titles. And by the way, just to finalize, ChatGPT is just one of the ways that you can find video ideas. The other way is, of course, doing competitor research. So if you go to Dave Ramsey's a little bit hard because he talks way more than insurance. But if you're a financial advisor, that would be a good one. The Money Guy, you could come here, go to his channel.
Sources.
See what he's doing. Oh, his financial TikToks actually get quite a few. That's interesting. So this maybe wouldn't be the best channel because they're just kind of like talking and it's not very specific. But if we go more towards someone here, like optimal coverage, this guy probably, he's only got 110 subscribers. Maybe not. Okay, you know what? Because we can go to my channel. This would be a good one here. Popular. We've already went here, but you can get some ideas from going to most popular and seeing what they use and what titles they're using. Estate planning 101 in Canada, full guide. Should I incorporate? If you're working with business owners, whole life explained, etc. What is universal life insurance? Okay, so there's many different ways to create video titles. Like I mentioned, there's competitor research, looking at what your competitors are creating. Also using ChatGPT. The other places are like vidIQ and TubeBuddy. That's the other place you can find video ideas. And then if you go here, you can see the autocomplete. So you see life insurance sales, life insurance benefits, life insurance agents, life insurance policy, how much can you borrow? You can say how life insurance, that's one, how life insurance works in Canada, works in how life insurance makes money, etc. How is life insurance different from non-life insurance? You could say term life insurance versus, whole life, permanent, life, mutual fund, etc. Term life pros and cons. Here's a way you can brainstorm ideas as well. You can use this, or you can use Google Auto Suggest. So those are some of the ways you can create some of those ideas. So we've done the idea. We've come up with a whole bunch of ideas. We've done the scripting. We've done the outline. We haven't done that yet. Let's go back here. We have this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this script. We're going to copy it. I'll talk more about this in the social media calendar, or the social media production, which is at I think it's module 9 or 10, I can't remember. But this is a Trello board. Trello is free, you can get it. And I think I'll put a link, you can download this template, so you don't have to create this yourself. But if we go here, we can go through this, we can copy and paste, and then you see we have our key talking points right there. We have our script, we have our call to action, which we could use this, but we're probably going to use our own specific one. The one thing we're missing is the outcome as well. So usually I just put, if you enjoyed this video, all I ask is you give it a thumbs up. But if there was something specific in this video that you wanted to put, how much life insurance did you actually need? So you could think about this before the fact and say, okay, what are other people asking? So how much life insurance do you need? And then maybe you could say at the end of the video, you could say, now that you know how much life insurance you need, let's find out which term length would be best for you. Click this video to learn the different term lengths and what happens when the term is over, what happens when it renew, whatever. If you've created that video already explaining, the term life insurance, renewals and conversions, and if you cancel it, etc., and the different lengths, and the benefits of a term 10 versus a term 20 versus a term 30. So that would be a good place to put that. But if you have nothing there, you can just put something like the standard one, which is if you're enjoying this content, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's a really easy one as well. So once we save that, that's good. So you can see here, and again, I'll share this with you. We'll talk about it more in that social media module, the actual social calendar, module. But that's our hook right here. So we have hook, action, lesson, outcome. And then the rest here is film. Did you film it? And then either edited yourself or you sent it to the editor. Thumbnail created. You've enhanced it. So you've done the title, description, and keywords. So you've uploaded it and enhanced it. And then scheduled. And then you also have the reshare through Facebook and LinkedIn in a post. We'll talk about that in a future video. But this is a really easy way for you to track all of your different videos that you're making. You can see here, these are now the videos that I'm just launching for the Philip Setter channel. So how I built my 6-figure business, how to get life insurance clients for free, how I 10x miss. So you can see in here, I have hook, intro, the goal, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, conclusion, cool. So you can see here, I've done title, bullet points, filmed, sent it to my editor. I still have to make the thumbnail, etc. But this is a really easy way for you to track it. We'll talk about this more, and you'll get a link that you can access this Trello board and just copy it into your own Trello account. That's no problem. But now we've done the recording. The next step is now obviously now we've done the outlining, pardon me. The next step is to now record all your content. So once you create all your content for the month, like I mentioned, I do at the end of the month, now you got to record it all. We're not going to talk about it in this video. However, again, that's going to be in the next module. We're going to talk about how to record, how to present yourself in front of a camera, all the different equipment, cameras and stuff like that. Lots of cool stuff, mics, etc., lighting, all those fun things. Once you've done that, straightforward. You edit your videos. I would recommend editing them yourself. At first you have to edit them yourself, but over time, hopefully you'll get comfortable with the process. You'll know what you're looking for. You'll start to get some clients from YouTube, and you'll be able to afford an editor that can do that yourself. After that, obviously we want to schedule them. And then every month we are reviewing them as well. That's kind of your overall monthly system that you're going to do day in and day out on YouTube. So, I have an example here, but I like to do all mine in that 2-week period because it gives me a little bit of buffer room. So I have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 here. However, I do mine like 20th to the end of the month. Beginning of the month, I have everything recorded. By the middle of the month, everything has been recorded, edited, scheduled, thumbnails, SEO, done. And then I have a 10-day period where I don't do anything and I can relax and take off for a bit, and not do some things. So there's a little bit more info in this worksheet, competitor research. We went through it a little bit there, but that's a really good way for you to find videos that are actually ranking on YouTube and then staying organized with that system. That's going to be that Trello thing. We will talk about the Trello board in a future video and how you can easily keep track of all your videos, both long form as well as short form, and then how you can easily use ChatGPT prompts to create posts that you can use on LinkedIn as well as Facebook and other platforms as well to talk about the long form videos that you've created and direct people to those long form videos. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoy this, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So let me just give you a quick studio tour, I guess like home office tour here. This is where not only do I work, but also I create all of my video content as well. Now you could, I guess, have 2 different rooms, one where you work in and maybe a separate video studio where you actually recorded your videos. If you have that many rooms, in your house, or maybe you have an office or something like that, you want to put that. I don't have that much. I mean, I guess I do have an extra bedroom, but I find it works totally well for me to record videos in my main office, of course, and then I just set it up in a way where, if I'm doing video calls, it looks good in the video, in the background, of the video. So it kind of, doubles as my studio as well as just my office, of course. So just a couple things here. We'll just take you back to the beginning. So this is basically it. That I just created this nice backdrop that I like. I have some, books over there. You could add to it, but you don't want it to be overly complicated. I just have some photos and some plants. Remember that you blur out the background. So it's not the end of the world to try and make it, super nice look. And of course you want to make it as decent as possible. I have a bunch of these. I think these are Govee. Yeah, Govee. Govee makes all these little light bars, light bars. I will put all these in the links below as well as the worksheets. And so if you guys wanted to order these, you can get them. So these are actually the TV light bars that I put underneath, and it just shines down. I think it looks really good. And then this is obviously just one stand. This just kind of separates you from I'm recording right here, and then over here there's the backdrop. It just has a clear separation between you and the backdrop, which looks really nice, And then I just have that one light bar, the light strip, up there. Obviously the light would be off when you're recording, and this is what I mean about, we actually shut that off. This is what I mean about controlling the light, because I have blackout blinds right here, and then I have my main key light right here. I'm just gonna go over here just to show you guys. So my main key light is right here, which is a Go Box, Go Docs. Go Docs. Again, I'll have this in the worksheets and the description below, and you guys can order this as well if you want. So that's there. That's set right now to 5,600 Kelvin. I think anywhere between 55 and 56, a natural bright source. And then I'm sitting just right here, and I'm obviously recording this way. Now, a couple things to note. You want to set your studio up so it's the easiest studio or the easiest thing to just jump in front of the camera and record. Originally, I had a bunch of these arms as well, and I had my camera set up right there. And then that was great because it was permanently set up. I had the angle right, everything was right, and I could just go and hit record. I wish I could continue to do that, but just with how this office is set up, I want it here for one, and then two, I bought this ginormous monitor, as you guys can see. So unfortunately, I can't permanently set my camera up for recording. I have to kind of pull it out from this tripod, which is just like one more added step. It's fine, it works for me, but setting up your own studio, you want to make sure to have it as simple as possible, just so you can start right away. And then right here, this is on like a boom kind of mic arm. You can see that's there. And then I have this right like here, and I'll just take a quick video here so you guys can see. So let's actually, I was just recording another video where I had the aperture super, or not super high, but higher. Okay. Okay, so you can see just like that. All right, I'm recording a video. This is just to show you what the background looks like, you know, with everything behind me, the separation between the two, and here's my microphone. Perfect. And that is it as far as the home studio. It doesn't need to be overly complicated, you know, just a camera setup there, the Sony a6400, this the Shure MV7 and the Godox Lite. That's really it. And then you want to have just a little bit, you know, some lights in the background here, just something to separate you from, you could also have, you know, if you put a light on the floor and it just shined up, that's another thing that you could do as well. But you do want to have your main light that's at, 45 degrees, lighting up your face. And then you have some light in the background just to separate the background from you. And that is the studio tour. Yeah. Once you have your studio in place and all of your equipment ready and all of your scripts ready and everything ready to go, now we need to actually get in front of the camera and start to film. So this is just a little pre-checklist that I use and a little bit of preparing to film that I personally use in my own life that's just really helped me be able to consistently get in front of the camera and record videos, because it is a little bit of a daunting fact or daunting, you know, idea thing. And sometimes, you know, if you don't have a system, if you're not consistent with it, if you let the distractions of life get in the way, you will delay it and procrastinate and postpone it as long as possible until all of a sudden, you know, it's too late. So I want to give you guys just the best chance of success to consistently create video content in your business. These are just some things that worked for me. So number one is scheduling. I talk about this over and over again. You need to schedule out what days you are going to get in front of the camera. So it's like, okay, Monday from 8 to 12, block it off in your calendar, like shut everything out, get ready for it. Okay, I am recording Monday and Tuesday, whatever it is, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever it is that you work in your schedule, block it off in your calendar. This is a non-negotiable. You absolutely will be in front of the camera at that time. That's the first thing. Pardon me. The second thing is just like a little bit of, mental preparedness. So I like to review my scripts. I don't do it the night before, but maybe that would be helpful. The night before, I wake up quite early, usually between 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm just much more of a morning person. I'm usually in bed by 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm an early riser and an early sleeper, and that just works for me. So I like to review it in the morning, usually around 5 or 6 o'clock. And then I don't like to start recording until around 8 o'clock. But maybe if you are a little bit later of a riser or whatever it is, you want to consider reviewing it the night before or the morning, of just read through all your scripts and start to get the framework in your head. Say, okay, I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm going to talk about this. Okay, that makes sense. This is all good. I understand that. And just some little things, if you have lots of coffee and you're kind of jittery, maybe that's not a good idea. Or if you have a huge meal, for example, I don't know if you're crushing 8 pounds of bacon and eggs and toast and hash browns, you're gonna feel kind of lethargic and, oh God, I don't want to do this. So don't do that. And again, coffee too. I drink coffee and a lot of coffee in the morning, but I try and limit my coffee when I'm recording, just 1 cup before I start recording, and then I'll usually record again from 8 till 11, something like that. And then maybe if I want another coffee after that, I can do it. So just prepare yourself mentally, set yourself up for success, have as much in your favor as possible. Now, once you get into actually recording the video, the number one, well, I shouldn't say the number one, but one of the most important things you need to do is test everything. So, this has happened to me so many times where I haven't switched an audio source on my computer because I have so many different audio sources, like this microphone and other headphones and blah, blah, like all these things. And I'll record a whole video and the audio wasn't even on. And I'm just like, oh, like there goes like 30 minutes of my life. The worst is if you like batch all of your, content and then you just did like 3 videos and there's no audio for any of the videos. Another thing is like visually as well. If you record all this content, but you're like overexposed, you didn't set the camera up right, whatever it is, you want to test everything before you start filming. So just do like a couple short clips. And this is actually a really good way to start to prepare yourself to get in front of the camera, because I like to turn the camera on and be like, hey, I'm going to practice. This is going to be a video where I'm talking about whole life insurance versus term life insurance. And I just kind of like brand that on term life insurance. And in this video, I'm going to talk about this. I like to just start getting in the mindset of like, okay, I'm going to be talking to the camera now. And so just record, maybe a 5-minute clip that you just have in front of the camera and then upload it to your computer. Don't view it in the camera, actually upload it so you see what it would look like in a full screen format. Make sure the audio is good, make sure the video is good, make sure you're good, and then you're set to go. Because the last thing you want to do is obviously record a bunch of content and then whatever reason, the visual is off, the audio is off. That's not great. The second thing, of course, this just comes with time, but you want to make sure you're looking into the lens of the camera. So right now, I'm looking at the lens of the camera. A lot of SLR cameras will have the screen up top that you can bring up and over, and you can see yourself. So right now, I'm looking at myself. And I can see myself. I think, oh yeah, I look good. Yeah, hair's good, mustache is good, lights are good. And I'm now having a conversation looking at myself. Sometimes that can feel a little bit more comfortable because you see yourself and you're reassured that like, oh yeah, everything looks good. However, I'm not looking at you. Now I'm looking at you. Now I'm looking at my screen. So make sure that you're looking actually into the lens of the camera and not the screen up top. And the last thing, this is just a little bit of, it comes with practice. Obviously, you want to be genuine and authentic in your videos, but try to have, a nice upright posture. Sometimes, if you just look like this and you're slouching, that doesn't look good. I try and have a nice upright posture, and I try and use a lot of hand movement. I like to keep my hands, up here, and I'm explaining, and this just I guess not reassures, but it grabs the attention of the individual. And it's a very natural way for people to communicate, using their hands. And here's 2 things that you need to be aware of. And you can actually see right here, I'm looking at my screen because I'm looking at my hands. But again, if I look in here, I can look at the lens, pardon me. So you want to use your hands in the video. You want to say, okay, this is 2 things here, 1 thing that you need to know, and have them here. If you just had your hands down like this all the time, and you were just talking to the camera like this, and you never had your hands in it, it would look a little bit weird. So you want to, have your hands a little bit, in the frame, communicating with your viewer and using your hands just like you would communicate in real life. Other than that, I'm just going to read off a quick list. Of course, unfortunately, I don't have these things memorized, but fluency, modulation, authenticity, emotionality, pacing, and energy. Those are some fundamentals that you want to have in each and every video. You don't want to be monotone and just speaking about this. I'm going to tell you guys about term life insurance and permanent life insurance. You want to be energetic. You want to be enthusiastic. You want to deliver a presentation. Imagine you are in front of, an audience of 10,000 people, because there's a good chance that this video could be shown to 10,000 people. So you want to still be authentic and genuine, but imagine you're doing a large public speaking event where you're delivering to 10,000 Canadians. I always go back to this video. What's the difference between term and permanent? So you would not necessarily, be fake. That's not what I'm saying, but you would put on a certain aura of, professionalism and confident and energy and like high pace and like, okay, I'm so excited to share this with you today. Because here's the thing. If you're bored making the video, your viewer is going to be bored watching it. So you want to get into it, get into a flow, get into a rhythm, have fun with it, start laughing and be enthusiastic and energetic and, modulate your tone up and down and go from loud to go from quiet. Let me tell you something about this, and really like put on, as much of a presentation as you can while remaining authentic and genuine. Of course, all of this will come with practice, so don't stress so much about trying to nail this all on the first attempt. Like I said, progress always beats perfection, and consistency will always win. So again, don't get super stressed if you can't get this right away. It will come with time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get into the next video, which is how you actually get in front of the camera from a structure basis and start recording long form content. Being able to deliver effective long-form content on YouTube is the difference between getting no leads and getting dozens of leads from YouTube each and every single month. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can record long-form content, how you get in front of the camera, how you actually present from the script. And by the end of it, you'll know exactly how to get in front of the camera and make effective videos, which will actually get you leads each and every single month. What is up, guys? For those of you who do not know, okay, stop. I am showing you right now in real time what it looks like to record a long form video. So you can see I just had the hook there, I stopped, and then I'm delivering now my introduction about myself. So let's actually get into how to record, long form content. And I'm actually just gonna, because it's step by step, I'm gonna look at my computer screen and actually read it. So I apologize there. But actually recording the longer form content, and when I say that, I'm talking anywhere from, whatever, it could be as short as 5 minutes up to 45 minutes. Anything longer than a minute is considered long-form content, although I don't know how much content you're going to record that would be like 3 minutes long or 5 minutes long. Usually it's going to be at least, 7 or 8 minutes at the shortest, and then, up to 30 or 45 minutes, depending on how complicated it is. I have videos that are probably, I think maybe my longest is 45 minutes. So this is the long-form content section. So once you get your camera set up and your light and all of that, and you test. That's the very first thing, is you test to make sure everything's working. This is actually now how you have your script in front of you, you have it on the screen, and how do you record that? So step number one, once you start the camera, if you're using an external microphone like I am, you're going to want to clap 3 or 4 times, because in the editing process, you're going to see the audio from your camera and your audio from the microphone. And those you're going to be able to sync very easily if you see spike, 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 spike. And I'm going to show you guys this process, in the editing video where I show you guys exactly how you do that. So that's step number 1. Now let me read step number 2. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm going back and forth. Usually I would cut all of this out of the video, obviously, when I'm creating it. However, I want you guys to get an idea of what this would actually look like. So I'm looking over here on my screen, and I see the next step is review first hook, nail hook. So just like I did, you would now look at the camera and you would say, if you're a Canadian with this type of insurance, there's a good chance you're wasting tons of money every single month. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly the 5 ways that you can save on your life insurance every month and stop getting ripped off from everybody else. Something like that. I'm just winging it here. At that point, you would stop, and then you could compose yourself. You could get your intro ready, and then you could say, what's up, guys? For those who do not know me, my name is Philip Setter. I'm the founder and CEO of Affinity Life, where we've helped thousands of Canadians find the right life insurance coverage at the right price, all from the comfort of their own home. If that sounds interesting, I'll put a link in the description and you get an instant quote today. But without further ado, let's just get right into the video. That's how you would present that. And then you would stop. Then you would look over and you would look, okay, what are my points? So another thing too, you don't ever stop the camera and say, oh, I'll put it together. Hang on, let me stop it here. I record part 1 and part 2 and part 3. Don't do that. Just stop talking, recollect yourself, look at the points, come back to the camera. Now imagine after we've done the hook, we've done the interaction or the call to action about ourselves. Now we're delivering the points. Let's say I'm at point number 1 and I say, the reason that you'd want to buy again, instead of trying to, continue on and stumble along your words, just stop right there. It's really easy for you, especially if there's a space in the audio, for you to edit this in the software, and I'll show you guys how to do that in another video. It's very easy to edit that out and start over from the beginning. So when you're delivering points, and even when you're delivering a point, but maybe it's a very long point, if you can take a few seconds in between each end of the sentence, and then you're starting to say things like this and that, when you're editing the actual video, it's very easy for you to stop a section and then cut it out and then put the next one in. So instead of trying to have multiple run-on sentences and where you can't stop talking and you just keep going and going and going and what am I even saying now? And you're like, what? I don't even know where to cut this. Like, I'm so confused. Can I even cut this? This is such a run-on sentence. Try and get in the habit of delivering a sentence, taking a brief second, and then delivering the next sentence. This will just allow you, I guess, or it'll give you a way cleaner file to edit and actually cut any problems out or cut any mistakes or whatever it is in that video. So get in the habit, have some breaks in between. It just makes editing way more easier once you get to that point. Now, watch this. I just delivered a point and I'm going to look at my script. After we've gone point by point, then we want to have the outcome. Now, of course, hang on, just on that last part, I could, of course, edit that out. You can see how easy that was. I just was looking at the camera, and then all of a sudden, I'm talking about one more point. That is how you create long-form content. So, again, we're going to be using that Halo format to build or to record, all of our long-form content, which is hook, action, lesson, outcome. Very simple. You go through that process of recording the actual video. You did your hook, you do your intro, you deliver whatever lesson it is. And again, whatever you're trying to illustrate for the person, if you can create it in a list, that is the most effective way to record content. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, or point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. It just makes it easier for people to follow along with. It's more structured. Google and SEO and other platforms love list type structures, as well as AI, ChatGPT, and all of those other AIs and learning machines that pull data. We love to see lists. They all love to see lists. It's just much more structured, and you can actually put the specific keywords and phrases for that one specific section. So that's just a better way to deliver content. Okay, so now I just had a long break there that I cut out of the video and you didn't see, but I looked back at my script, I took a sip of water, I recomposed myself, and now I got back. That is how, again, you can consistently deliver effective content while you're making these videos. That's really everything that I want to say in this. A couple points here that I have just at the end is get into the habit of ending a sentence, giving a short break, and then starting the new sentence. It just makes it easier to edit because you have a space there where you can cleanly cut it out and people won't even notice. Just like I did right there, it looks like I instantaneously went from one thought to the other, but it was actually quite a few seconds. And the last thing is, don't stop recording and start again, You just want to have a continuous flow of the video. It will be a nightmare to try and put these files together, whether it's for you or an editor in the actual post-editing phase. If it's all in different pieces, just have it in one video. So that is all I wanted to share with you guys about how to get in front of the camera now and finally record long-form content. In the next video, I'll show you guys how to record short-form content in front of the camera. Now that we have a lot of the fundamentals of YouTube down, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually upload a video, optimize it with a description as well as SEO and tags. I'm also going to show you how to upload the thumbnail as well as end cards, and a few other little tips and tricks just to fully optimize your channel and make sure everything is set up properly, and consistently across the board, so you can obviously get the most out of every video that you're creating and make sure that it has the best chance of success, when it comes to being searched. So the first thing that we're going to want to do, I'm now in my Philip Setter YouTube. We're going to go to upload video. And this is actually the first video that I'm uploading to this channel. This is all brand new. I'm setting this up during this stream right here, during this recording. So I've already saved it here. If we go over here, this is the one. This is pretty straightforward. we're just going to upload the video. I mean, that's relatively straightforward. Now we have our title, our description, our thumbnail, our playlist, audience, and then if you go show more, you'll see down here, we have tags. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. You should already have your title, and that's going to be in your Trello board. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to set this up from the social media module, which is a few modules from now. I think it's module 9. But you see here, I already have my title, how I built a 6-figure life insurance business from my laptop. So I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to paste that. Ta-da! Very done. Okay. Now for description, if we go here and we go into our ChatGPT prompts, you're going to see a few prompts right here under the YouTube system. We have our outline, that's our bullet points, we've done that. This is something that you can use once you have each individual title. You can insert this into this prompt right here, and then you can insert this into the Trello board in one of the comments or the description, just so you can keep track of everything, whether that's titles or descriptions or keywords or tags or thumbnail design. I didn't do this specifically for this video, but this is a good place to organize it. I should have done it for this video, but my system isn't nailed down quite yet, but it's all here in the worksheet, so you just have to follow it. So if we go here, we can copy this and we can get a whole bunch of information. However, the only things that we're going to need right now, since I already have the title, I don't need that anymore, and I already have my thumbnail design, which, by the way, we're going to talk about thumbnails in the next video, so don't worry about that. I already had these two things, so I just copied these two things over here. So this is just going to be our main description for the video, okay? However, this is now our framework that we're going to be using for each and every video. You can see here, this is just the prompt for the short description, but this is the actual framework. So if you remember from the previous video where I talked about setting up your channel, there is that channel default that you can set up. So you have all of this information already created, because basically the only thing that's going to change is the video description, which we have a prompt, obviously, to utilize that and create that with specific keywords and SEO to make sure that we rank as best as we can. We're also going to add the timestamps and the chapters for each specific video as well, but everything else is going to stay the same. So if you wanted to create just one generic upload default, you could do that. So I'm just going to show you what I've created for my video here. So you can see my lead magnet is watch my free 60-minute 6-figure social media masterclass. And then I have the link there for that. I have some contact information, my email right there, as well as the website. Here's where you'd put the video description. Excuse me. Now, this is where you'd put must-watch videos and recommended playlists. I don't have any of that right now because this is a brand new channel. You probably will not have that as well if you're starting a brand new channel. However, over time, you will accumulate these videos and you'll start to have, must-watch videos that you put on as well as recommended playlists. And if you look on my Affinity Life channel, you'll see that I already have all these things populated. But when you're first starting out, you're probably not going to have any of these. So just leave these blank for now. And then you want to put your social media links and then the timestamps and the chapters. I'll talk about that here in a second. But then the last little bit there is the actual bio. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this entire thing. But then I'm going to delete a whole bunch of things from it. So if we have that, let's go back here to channel content, description. Okay, so the very first thing, this is our lead magnet, great. Contact information, great. For the video description, let's go to ChatGPT and you can use this prompt. I've already got mine preloaded. I've changed mine slightly. Obviously, this is specific now to I'm an insurance broker, coach who creates YouTube videos that teach financial advisors how to sell online, scale their business. I would like a description optimized for SEO, as well as a list of the most searched keywords and tags I should include for this specific topic. So obviously, yours is going to be slightly different because you're an insurance broker, but that is in the prompt. Here we go. Great. So this is what it's pulling in a couple other things here, but we're not gonna pull in any of that here. The only thing I wanted was a description, but that's okay. It gave me everything, so I could copy that if I didn't have it already, but that's okay. So right here, okay, I reveal how I built a 6-figure business from a laptop, step by step, no fluff, break down the systems, lead generation, client conversion, automation, scaling online, insurance as an insurance advisor. Yeah, so I might change that. If you're a financial advisor wanting to sell life insurance online, scale your business, this is for you. Okay, good enough. I might change a few things, but let's go back to YouTube. We can post this in. Great. So must-watch videos. I don't have any of these right now. You probably won't have them yourself. Recommended playlists. I don't have. Social media links. Great. Okay. Let me explain how descriptions, chapters and timestamps work. So oftentimes you'll see if you go to a video on YouTube that there's different sections that will have a specific, it'll say, how I did this, or step 2, how I did this. Now, I'm going to tell you guys the secret to using timestamps and chapters to be able to rank on Google. So here's the thing. You don't want to write these out as just generic intro or introduction and then 00, or maybe, 2 minutes, 54 seconds, step 1. That is not how you want to write it out. Think about each of these individual chapters or timestamps as a specific searched video within a video. So I said this in another video, but a lot of the time, another video, pardon me. But a lot of the times if you go onto Google and if you search on Google for a specific term, like let's say, how do you change a car battery? Or how do you remove the positive terminal from a car battery? I'm just giving you guys an example here. Google will scrape all of the internet, but if they find a specific video that has that specific phrase in that video will then pop up on Google and it'll say, watch this segment. It'll have a picture of the whole video and your channel. And then if you click into the one section, it will have that one specific timestamp. So people are not searching on Google for step 6 positive battery. They're searching for how much life insurance do I really need? Or is this too much life insurance? Or whatever it is. But you want to think of it from a conversational point of view and how people are actually typing this into Google. How would you go to Google and ask a specific question about insurance or financial planning or investments or whatever it is? That is what Google wants to see from the timestamp, not step 6, TFSA versus RSP. They want the actual conversational phrase, is a TFSA better than an RSP? And that could be a specific section within your video where you talk about it. And if you start to get good with labeling your timestamps, then you will be able to rank on Google for these specific search terms. So when you're creating your timestamps and when you're creating your videos, think about organizing, and I said this before in the video, but think about organizing your videos in a very sequential order and in chunks. So this chunk right here is, how does a TFSA work? Instead of saying TFSA explained, say, how does a TFSA work? Just that, how does a TFSA work? Okay. And then maybe instead of saying TFSA versus RSP, the next section you could put as, is a TFSA better than an RSP? Or what is better, a TFSA or an RSP? And go on to Google and see which one is searched more. But that is how you need to be titling your timestamps and chapters within each video for the highest chance of success of ranking on Google. So Google will be showing your videos to people who search those. They'll be clicking on either the full video or the timestamp and watching those, and you will be able to get clicks and conversions and clients from Google, even though you're putting your videos on YouTube. Okay, so that's how you should be phrasing your timestamps. How the actual timestamp mechanism works is you just start it at 0. So that's pretty simple. 0, whatever, just 0, 0, 0, and then semicolon 0, 0. Now, whatever you title this, so you can title, why, let's see here, how I built a 6-figure insurance business from my laptop. Let's say, how can you build a 6-figure business, 6-figure insurance business online? Just giving you guys an example. Okay, so now the next, whatever you type the next one as, the next time, pardon me, as, this section will be titled, how can you build? So it would be not you, it would be I. How can I build? Because that is how someone would be searching. How can I build a 6-figure business online? Okay. So let's say I go 2 minutes and, there's an L there. 35 seconds. And I think there's a space here. There we go. So that initial 0 to 2 minutes and 35 seconds will be labeled, how can I build a 6-figure insurance business online? And let's say the next one is how to use YouTube to generate life insurance leads. Let's just assume that was the next thing that I talk about. I have to go through the video and see what it actually be. So then if the next one I put as 7, let's say 55. Ooh, sorry, I have a J in there. 55. So this 2 minutes and 35 seconds to 7 minutes and 55 seconds would be titled, how to use YouTube to generate life insurance leads. Okay, so that is how you do timestamps. Pretty simple. There we go. Let's make sure I don't have any spaces. Okay, good. That's all done. Got our links in there, our timestamps, a little bit about me. Great. We love to see that. Just put a space there and make sure that there's nothing here. Backspace. Okay, that is all done. Now let's upload my thumbnail. Great. We're going to be talking about thumbnails here in the next video. Don't worry about that. And then playlists. So if you have any playlists that you've created, which I actually am not sure if I talked to you guys yet about that, but I realized I didn't. So actually I'm going to make another video. Actually, you know what? Let's do it right now. We can do it right now, very quickly. Let's talk about playlists. Super easy to do. Go over here, create. What the heck? Hang on, should be here. Upload video, go live. Maybe we have to go into the YouTube studio and we go create. Yep, so you have to go into YouTube studio, go create, go playlist, and I can call this, social media for financial advisors. I'm just making this up here, advisors. And then I already have, if we go back to here, I already have channel prompts, playlist description. Here you go. You just copy and paste this. This is all you're doing is putting this into ChatGPT. You're grabbing that and you are putting this into the description, optimized for SEO. So this is pretty straightforward. So you want to create different playlists of different categories. So for example, you could create an entire playlist for term life insurance. You could create one for registered accounts. You could create one for financial planning. You could create one for taxes. You could create one for et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This allows people to be able to binge watch all your content in a specific group, a specific shared interest. So taxes, maybe, for example, or life insurance, or even you could go more specific term life insurance, and then you could create one for whole life, and then you could create one for universal. You could go a step further and do one for disability and critical illness. Or you could, go a little bit more granular and just say, insurance general 101, however you want to do it. But playlist is a good way to build out, playlists that people can binge watch if they want. So that's how you do that. That's relatively straightforward. I have the prompt here in the ChatGPT prompt section within the worksheet. So you can just take this playlist description and you can throw that in. Pretty straightforward. Let's go back here. I don't have any of my playlists set up, so except for my policy stream tutorial, so I'm not going to do any of that right now. You can see, no, it's not made for kids. This is auto-selected, which is great because, we don't want to have to do that every time. Make a real person appear. Yeah, no, there's no AI content. Okay, let's go down. We have chapters. The last thing you want to do, I think you have to click show more. I think I already did that. Yeah. So right here, you just go show more, scroll down to tags. Now, if we go back to our ChatGPT prompt, here's our tags right here. So let's see what we have here. Life insurance business, build life insurance online, life insurance sales, financial advisor coaching, scale insurance business, online life insurance marketing. Okay, we can take that one out. We don't need insurance broker to coach. Digital insurance business, selling life insurance from home, automation for advisor, insurance marketing. Sure, let's copy that. Let's go back to here. Done. So we can take out, let's see here. So maybe we could do a little bit more work on this. We can change that. Or take that out, pardon me. Selling life insurance from home, automation for advisors, 6-figure, sure advisor growth. I'm going to take policy stream out. Nobody's searching for policy stream. Financial advisor coaching. We can leave that in for now. So this is what I meant about when you have upload defaults. If you know that there's specific search terms, pardon me, that you want people or you assume people are going to be searching, that's the same for every single video that you're ever going to be creating. You could put some there, but if you're making different videos, you might as well just make the tags for each specific video. So that's done. Cool. That's all done. Let's go next. Now, end screens. This is a really easy way if you want to direct people to a specific video. So the couple different ways you can do this. Number one, you can just select one of their pre-selects. So this is the subscribe, and then this is, they just put best for viewer. That's usually the one that I pick most of the time, just because YouTube knows which ones are best, and they're like, this is probably the best one that's going to be. Their algorithm is great. However, if you wanted to add something that you reference in the video. So you may have seen this in videos where people say, and if you're interested in that, I'll leave the description right there. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but they go there. And I always mess up which side of the screen it's on, but I think you point left right there. I think that's what it is. You'll have to do a little bit of trial and error, but I think it's right there. So if you have your right hand, you are pointing left, and all you're going to do is you're going to go to wherever that is in the video. So for example, maybe it's at the end of the video. Can we undo that? There we go. Maybe at the end of the video, you had something very specific that you wanted them to go towards. So you had a prompt saying, for example, how much life insurance do you need? You can say, great, now that you know how much life insurance you need, now let's talk about which one is going to be best, a term 10, 20, or 30. And if you want to find out that information, you can click here and watch that video. So let's say that was at the end of the video, and you can see, imagine that me having a thumbs up was actually me pointing to something. You would just drag the little, what do you call this, little scrubber, the line. What's it called? There's an actual name for it. The timeline. you'd scrub the timeline, and you would put it right there, and then you'd use this little plus button, and then you can either put a video, a playlist, tell them to subscribe. So if subscribe by clicking that link right there, or a channel. So we're going to do video, and then obviously we don't have, so you could say most recent upload, best viewer, or a specific one, but we don't have that many videos right now on this channel, but let's say you had it. You would put that, and you would say, bam, right there. Easy, done. But if you don't have anything, here, let's just undo all of that. If you don't have anything, this one right here is probably the one that I would recommend. It's just one video plus subscribe. I think these are the same, maybe just different spots. So yeah, it's either the bottom or the top. That doesn't really matter that much. 2 videos. I like to have subscribe or video. I think that's kind of nice. So you can put this one down here. Subscribe or video, and then save. And then that is done. You could put some cards throughout the video as well. This is where you can add, again, so that, pardon me here, let's go back 1 second, just got to change it. So the end screen obviously shows up at the end of the video. So again, that's going to be if you're directing them to a video at the end, or if you are getting them to subscribe, or if you just want to do that general, whatever video is best. Cards are what you use for any time during the video. So if you had a specific point in the video where you said, hey, actually, now that you bring this up, I created, a playlist where I talk about all of these things, and you can get the step-by-step of, how to do a financial plan and, do your budget and if you want to do all these things, you can use the card, and you can scrub through this. And again, you can put a video, playlist, or channel on that. Pretty straightforward. That's relatively easy. We're going to discard that and go back. And then other than that, you have to do some copyright checks. You go next. And then from here, usually what I do is I just put everything private at first. I don't schedule it right here unless I know exactly when it's going to go. But I would private it, and then once I know exactly when I have all my videos ready, then I would schedule them. But obviously, hang on, here we go, schedule. You click the schedule thing from here, then you can say, okay, I want to put this here, and I want to, do that, for example. One last thing that I will want to show you guys. I'm not going to click schedule here. Let's go back, and let's just make it private, and we'll save that. One last thing that I want to talk about is the best time to post. So when you first build your channel, obviously you have no idea when the best time to post is because you have no analytics. So just post whenever. My general time to post is I usually do it on Mondays and Thursdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I usually do it first thing in the morning. It's not a huge deal by any means because we're creating SEO-based content. Like, it's not the end of the world. Very few people are going to watch your content as soon as it comes out. Even with a big channel, still very few people are going to watch it right away. It's going to build over time. So don't stress too much about it. However, once you do, I'll just go into my other account right here. Once you do have some analytics and you can see where people are coming from, you want to go over to your analytics. You want to go to audience, and then scroll down and you can see when your viewers are on YouTube. So typically what you want to do is you want to schedule your videos to go out 2 hours before people are going on YouTube. So for example, if I wanted to look at this post and schedule, and you see the darker purple is when people are on there. So I would probably put a video out. Let's see here. Most of your viewers are on YouTube. So I would put it out, maybe I would put it out at like, if I was doing Monday, I would do like, let's say 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on Monday. And then if I was doing Thursday, it seems like right there, 5 o'clock again. So I'd maybe put it out 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on Thursday. So as you build your channel, you'll start to get some of these analytics. And we have another video where we're going to go through the analytics of YouTube. But I just wanted to show that real quick. Let's go back to my other account. Good stuff. Other than that, that is everything. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. So now you know how to upload it, how to optimize it with the description, the keywords, the tags, the thumbnail, scheduling it, add in cards, add in end screens. That is everything that you need to know about finally uploading a video. In the next video, we are going to be talking about thumbnails, how you can take the goofy photos for them, and also how you can create them as well. So I will see you guys in that video. Now that we have a good understanding of YouTube and the systems that go into building a successful YouTube channel, let's just go over what your monthly routine is going to be. Again, obviously we have that first month that we go through, and it's going to be a lot of work, and you're going to be figuring things out, and there's cameras and equipment and editing and thumbnails and titles and SEO, and it will feel overwhelming. However, come back to this video as you start to get a grasp on your platform and the system and your routine. And then this is just rinse and repeat. So once we have everything in place, now we just consistently every month do the same thing. We are not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're not trying to, do something incredibly fancy. Once we have the framework down, we're just repeating this framework month over month over month. Consistently until we start to get results, and then just double down on those results. So step one, and by the way, I've talked about this in other videos. I'll talk about more in the social system module, but you need to put like go right now, earmark it, put it in your calendar and say, okay, this is the day that I review my analytics. This is the day that I have the ideation where I look up videos. This is the day that I script. This is the day that I record. This is the day that I edit. This is the day that I schedule. This is the day that I have all the optimization, SEO, etc., etc. So physically go into your calendar and put in all these days, because if you don't track it, if you don't put it in your calendar, you're going to forget about it and it's not going to happen. So you need to put it in your calendar. However, once it's in the calendar, step one, after you do the first month, is every month you want to be reviewing all of the videos that you created. You want to look at what's working and what's not working, and then you want to obviously do more of what's working and do less of what's not working. So again, you want to use analytics to understand what's connecting with your audience so you can double down on those efforts. Every month you're doing the same process: review, plan, create, and optimize. You want to focus on refinement, not reinvention. You're not changing this every single month. You're looking at what worked, you're refining it. You're refining your thumbnails, etc. You're not completely changing everything every single month. You want to use data to guide improvements, not guesswork, and each cycle strengthens your content and consistency. I'm going to show you guys how to look at your channel analytics. Again, I'm on the Affinity Life channel because my other channel doesn't have any videos on it, so there's nothing to show you. You're going to go to YouTube Studio. You're going to go to your analytics, and then you're going to go to content. Now, under content, the main things that you need to look at, you can look at, your views, your impressions, your click-through rate, That's, relatively important. You can look at your shorts. Okay, good. My shorts aren't doing well. I haven't posted anything, obviously, in a while on this channel. Let's go to videos here. And then this is the main section that you want to look at. So there's going to have, here's your key moments. So let's go through your different key moments here. So we want to look at intros. We want to look at top moments. Then we want to look at dips. So the first thing that we have here is above typical intros. So these are videos where your hook was crafted well, it kept people engaged, it got them interested, and they continued to watch more and more of your videos. So basically, every month, look at these 3 videos, watch the 3 intros for these videos, and see what you did really well in that. What did you say? What was the pacing? What was the editing? What did you do really well that kept people engaged within these intros? And then below typical intros, now just do the opposite. Watch these, see what you did to make people less engaged. Was it your pacing? Was it what you said? Was it the editing? Was it whatever it was? Look through these and do less of these and do more of these. So that's intro. Then we can look at top moments. So you see here, I only have 2. So you could look at these and see, okay, what was I doing, during this period? How was I phrasing it? How was I, what was the pacing? What was the editing, etc. And you say, okay, that's great. Let's do more of that. Now dips, I don't have a ton of data because I haven't posted in quite some time here. But you should have more videos on, once you start to post more videos, you'll get more analytics. But you can see here, this dip, this is not really too concerning. I mean, I could watch this here and I could see it was at the end, so maybe I just dragged on the conclusion a little bit longer, or I dragged on, something. I was talking too long. I didn't wrap it up quick enough. I said too much. Whatever it was, I'll watch that and look at it. And then if we go here, you can see I had some dip right here. So some, people just skipped this one section, which is quite odd. So you want to go through this dips. You want to see what it is. And again, track those analytics. What are you doing? What are you saying? Is it the editing? Is it the pacing? Is it your energy? Is it the content that you're putting out? Whatever it is, you want to go through it and figure out what you're doing wrong and improve it in the next month. So step 1 is done. We've reviewed our content. Step 2, now you want to start to do some competition research. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. I've said this over and over again. You want to refine on what's already working, and the best place to find what's already working is to go on YouTube and look at other videos and see what's working, see what other people are saying, see what their thumbnails are, see what their titles are, see what their editing is like, see what their hook was, see what their intro is, see all of these different things that they put together, and then take what they've done, put your own spin on it, don't blatantly copy it, but take the framework that they've already put in place and take inspiration from the thumbnail, inspiration from the title, inspiration from the video, the intro, etc., put your own brand, your own personality, make it better, and put it out there. That's the name of the game. So, and that includes my channel. You look what's working on my channel. So let's go ahead. Study other channels, spark ideas. You want to explore channels similar to yours, sort by most popular, analyze their titles, thumbnails, and post frequency, and then adapt their winning ideas in your own style. So let's just go here and let's do a little bit of research on something. Let's look up how to withdraw from my Lira. I'm just giving you an example. Okay. So you see here, oh, this guy's killing it. 78,000 views 3 years ago. Let's look at this one. 14,000 views 5 years ago. That one's not that great. 9.9, that one's not that great. 11,000 7 months ago. The winning strategy. No. Oh, there's your boy. Again, can't get away from him. So let's go to this account right here. And let's go back. So let's see here. This is a pretty average thumbnail. The thumbnail's not actually that great. So you could take, you could take this title. Yeah, Lira's explained everything you need to know. One of the things that you could do to make it stand out is, again, put the year. Because people will, if there was 2 videos right here, and one of them says, Lira explained everything you need to know, and one down here said, Lira explained everything you need to know, updated 2025. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Even if nothing changed in 2025, you could say, updated for 2025. And it came out this year. And if I was like, I don't know any better. If I was picking between these two videos, I would say, hey, yeah, it's 2025 right now. It's 2025 is the time of this recording. And I would say, oh yeah, I'm going to pick this one. Obviously, like even though this one has more, this is 3 years ago. It's outdated content. I'm not going to watch this one. I'm going to go here. I'm going to watch this one. So that's the first thing that you could do. The second thing you could do, this is this thumbnail is not really good. You could definitely put a better thumbnail there. You can, make so he has, Lira explained over here, and then he's got Lira right in the title. So he's having the title in the thumbnail, which again is not driving any curiosity. I'm looking at this right now, and it's okay. Lira locked in. So there's a lot of room for improvement right here. And if you're in the investment planning world, people that are searching how to withdraw from my Lira are usually looking at retirement planning. They're looking maybe at estate planning. That's good for insurance, investments, financial planning, etc. And 78,000 views. That's quite a few views, even at 1 to 2% conversion rate from 78,000. That's a significant amount of clients. So once you go here, you can see what worked. Okay, he's got the title. He's got some timestamps here. Again, you want to be putting your timestamps in as conversational descriptions. So this one's really good right here, the beginning. What is a Lira? That's great, because people will be typing into Google, what is a Lira? That's good. Lira registration, that one's not that good. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. Maybe you know what it means. I don't work with investments that much, but you can look into this and maybe find a better way. How would people be phrasing Lira registration? Would it be, how do I register my Lira, or what happens after I register my Lira? Something like that. So you want to rephrase all of your timestamps to accurately, and this tips to maximize your Lira. You could put this as, how do I maximize my Lira? That would be a better title. What does unlocking actually mean? You could put as, how do you unlock, etc. Anyways, so you just want to go through this. You want to look at the title. You want to look at the thumbnail. Watch this video. See what he did well. See what you could improve on. Go through it. You could read some of the comments. Take this. This is now a great idea for a new video. And okay, you now have a piece of content that works. Take some inspiration from it. Learn from it and improve it. Make it your own. Put it out there. There you go. That's a great video. So you want to be doing this on a monthly basis. You want to be seeing which videos are performing well with your competition and on other channels. Oh, another thing that we can do as well, once we go to this channel, this is just one specific thing, but let's go to the actual channel. I've showed you this in other videos. Let's go to his videos. Let's sort by popular. Now we have a complete list of, what videos are actually ranking very high in this space. 5 TFSA mistakes you must avoid. Right here, this has 500,000 views. I guarantee you can make this video better. He's got the thumbnail, and the title is the exact same. The thumbnail is not that great, but he's obviously, the content is performing very well. So, he's got, nice background, nice things like this. 11 minutes long, so that's good. He's obviously he's got it quite concise, which is really good. That's one of the things you want to do. Oh, let's go back to popular. But you could go watch this video, take those mistakes, rearrange them, so he has 1 as 1. You could put 1 as 3 and 5 as 2 or whatever it is. Just rearrange them, make them a little bit different. Then take this thumbnail. You could name the video the same, 5 TFSA mistakes you must avoid, updated 2026. Let's say you're putting it out in 2026. Make a better thumbnail. You could, have it something like, don't make these mistakes, or something like that. Actually, that was one of the thumbnails I showed you that I made on my channel. Don't make these mistakes. Have a little bit more emotion, just like something like that. Put that video out and see what happens. Look at the analytics of it. Look at it in a year. Was it your editing? Was it something else that went wrong? Or maybe that video blows up. And then if it doesn't, make another one in 2027, updated 2027. But obviously, this type of content is performing very well, and this is very specific to Canada as well, because TFSA is only in Canada. So these are really good videos to make. They're obviously performing very well. So you can go to each individual video if you're searching, but also if you find some channels that are doing great, just go to the channel, go by popular, and you can find lots of great content there. So that is how you can start to get some ideas of top performing content. Once you have that, so we've looked at the analytics of your channel, you see what was working, what wasn't. We have a better idea of what we should do and what we shouldn't do. We've done some competitor research. At this point, now we're mapping our workflow into that calendar. So you want to plan a month ahead with at least 8 videos. At least 8 videos. Now I say this, after the first year, if things are going well and it feels a bit overwhelming, you can drop it down to 4 or 6. But here's the thing. At first, we want to rapidly learn, fail, adapt, and grow. Because here's the thing. If it takes you 100 videos to figure out what you're doing wrong, what's 8 times 12? Well, 8 times 10 is, so it's 96. Okay. So if it takes you 100 videos to figure out what works and what doesn't work, if you make 8 videos per, oh no, that's actually wrong because that's 8 videos per, no, that's right, 8 videos per month. Sorry, doing math in my head here. This is it's too much for me early in the morning. If you need 100 videos to figure out what's going wrong and you're only making 4 videos per month, it's going to take you 2 years to figure that out. If you're doing it 8 videos per month, it's going to take you 1 year. At the beginning, you want to rapidly create as many videos as possible so you find your specific winning formula. Once you have that winning formula, if business is coming in and things are going well, obviously you can decrease it at that point. And I'm the biggest hypocrite you will ever find in this industry because I found what works. I found a winning formula. I cranked out a whole bunch of videos. I saw a whole bunch of traffic come in and a whole bunch of leads. And then what did I do? I didn't even slow down. I just quit for like 6 months or a year. I was like, oh, great. I have all these clients coming. And then what happened? The clients stopped coming in. It got less and less and less. So I was like, up, down, 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 down. Then what did I do? I went back, created a bunch more videos. And then what had happened? Went up, 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 up. And then I stopped. It went down, 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 down. So don't do what I did, just consistently make videos. But if it feels overwhelming to make 8 videos, drop it down to 4, but stay consistent with it. Don't do what I did. Don't make my mistakes. But for the first year, you need to figure out what you're doing wrong. You need to figure out, is it the thumbnail? Is it the title? Is it my intro? Is it my hook? Is it the actual, video? What is it? What am I doing wrong? I got to figure this out. And the faster you can crank that out, the faster you can learn. And then once you have the winning formula, if you want to slow down, you can. So again, assign time for all these stages of creation. So ideation, find topics and keywords with ICE. And again, all these worksheets are all these problems, and outlines, etc. are in that worksheet. So find topics and keywords with ICE and competitor research. Outline using Halo, so hook, action, lesson, outcome. Recording, you want to batch all your videos for efficiency. 2 to 3 days, get 8 videos done. You're done for the month. Editing, you want to batch that as well. Get that all done or send it to your editor. Maintain the consistent pace and style. Schedule it, so optimize titles, thumbnails, descriptions, and then review it once a month. That is the monthly thing. Just bang, 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 bang. After that, it's just rinse and repeat. So just consistency, day in, day out. You keep what's working, you improve what's not. You see that through your analytics. You can simplify your workflow over time. As you start to get a system and you do this more and more every month, day in and day out, all of a sudden, things get easier. Editing gets easier. Graphic design gets easier. Thumbnails get easier. Getting the camera out and recording is easier. Instead of it taking you 2 hours to record one video, now you record 3 in 2 hours. You just get the camera, turn it on, lights on, boom. We're done. We're comfortable. We're ready. It's like a muscle, like anything else. If you've never done a bicep curl before, it's going to feel really hard. Oh, God. If you've never been to the gym before, going to the gym for one day is going to feel like the hardest thing you've ever done. Like, oh, my God, I got to the gym. If you go to the gym every day, 5 days a week, after 6 months, it's just routine. Bang. Every day. Boom. Okay, we're going to the gym. Okay, biceps. Okay, triceps. Okay, chest press. Okay, we got to do a little bit of that. Boom, deadlift. Okay, we're done. Let's get out of here. You get very efficient at doing this workflow. You want to let data shape your next batch videos. We said that already with the analytics. And growth does compound through repetition and refinement. So that is your overall monthly plan now. That's your structure on YouTube. We have a system now. We've done our first month, and now it's just rinse and repeat. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We have the system. Let's just continue to do it over and over again. Pardon me. So YouTube success will come from consistency, structure, and small, steady improvements. It's not about going viral, having some luck. It's about building a system consistently and just doing that day in and day out. Your monthly rhythm: analyze, plan, create, optimize, and repeat. Your system will create freedom. Your chaos creates burnout. Stay consistent, stay curious, and keep improving. That is the YouTube module as a whole. That is your system. This is the bulk of how you're going to be driving traffic to your website. Of course, we're going to talk about short form content. And the next module, is how to actually get in front of the camera and editing and video production equipment and all those other things. But this is the YouTube system. So have a second now before you get to the next module and just soak all this in and start to, conceptualize this in your brain of this is what you're going to be doing over the next 24 months, 36 months, etc., and continuously for the rest of your career. Obviously, you can start to slow down a little bit as you gain tons of traction and you can outsource and you can get other people to help you. But this is how you drive business in the modern era of digital marketing, and everyone has a phone and they're just on their phone all the time. This is how you become a modern advisor, is by getting in front of the camera, building a connection with your clients through video content marketing, getting that know, like, and trust factor, and building the business of your dreams. So wrap your head around this before you move on to the next chapter or module. Pardon me. This is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next module.
If you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say, first of all, congratulations. That is a massive amount of information to ingest. Hopefully you've been able to take a lot of the principles that I've shared here, a lot of the strategies, a lot of the tactics, and you start to actually apply them in your business. A lot of the times people watch a lot of this training and they think, this is a pretty good idea, and then they do absolutely nothing with it. So I don't want you to be one of those people. I don't want you to be one of those agents. I want you to take the information that you learned in the last 3 or 4 hours, and I want you to actually apply it and start to build a YouTube channel and consistently generate leads that gives you the lifestyle that you want, because I know what it's been able to give me in my life, and I want you guys to have the exact same thing in your life as well. Now, with all that being said, you can see that this has been a massive video and we went over a ton of different things, but I did just want to take a couple minutes before the end of this video, and again, if you've made it this far, congratulations, and talk to you guys about the rest of the social media mastery for financial advisors. Now, what we just went through, obviously, was the YouTube module where we talked about setting up that YouTube channel, long form videos, a little bit about short form content, how to rank, etc. And that is one of the number one ways that you can get clients. However, if you want to fast track this system, if you want to take everything and then expand upon that and cut down your learning time in 1/10 of the time, the social media mastery is the place to do it. Because not only do we talk about, obviously, YouTube, but you can see here we have modules on so many other different topics that will help you finally scale your business to 6 figures and beyond 100% online using many different platforms besides YouTube, such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Google as well, and then also a bunch of other things here, which I'll talk about. So let's just get into it here real quick. On the left-hand side, these are all the modules and the different topics that we're going to be going into. So welcome and foundations, obviously, just talking a little bit about the course. But this module here, which is building your personal brand, is, I think, in my opinion, one of the most important modules to go through. Because if you don't have a strong personal brand and strong messaging, then it doesn't matter how much content you put out on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. No one's going to know who you are, who you serve, how you serve them, how they can actually get in touch with you. And you're going to have a lot of things slip through the cracks. So building a strong personal brand is the first step that you need to do in order to build a successful financial practice, insurance brokerage, whatever it is that you're doing. So taking some time to actually build this out, from color schemes, from your niche, to who you serve, how you serve them, building out that messaging, building out all the branding to actually position yourself as a trusted individual in the financial space is a good foundation, a very important foundation before we get into the rest of the program. Next, we want to go through all of our social media platforms, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, etc. And we want to make sure everything is consistent across the board. And we want to start to build out an omnipresence across all platforms. So no matter where someone finds us, whether it's our website or Facebook or a social media campaign or YouTube, doesn't matter, they're seeing the same messaging. And when they go to all these different platforms, they're seeing the same unified person, the unified structure, unified messaging, and that's going to increase their trust and your credibility and make them want to reach out and work with you all that much more. So we go through all of the different optimizations here, from Facebook to Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Google My Business as well, which can be an incredible source of leads. I get hundreds of leads probably per year from my Google My Business page because I have such a strong presence in Calgary, Alberta, which is where my brokerage is based, and that has provided me tons of leads over the years. So this is really important as well. The next module is we're going to be talking all about organic lead conversion. So this is now funnels, building out landing pages, building out drip campaigns, building out lead magnets, building up follow-up campaigns, everything that you need to finally nurture all of the traffic from just being a potential customer to an actual booked call and finally client. The YouTube system, this is essentially what we've gone through in that video that you've just watched. There is some videos in here that I took out just to try and condense it a little bit more. Video production 101, we're obviously going more into how to get in front of the camera, some different foundations of confidence, some camera basics equipment, camera basics equipment, pardon me. A couple things in here. Many of this I cut out of the video that you just watched. So a lot of these things will be new. Short form videos, talk all about short form content, how to build that, how to record the videos, get them on TikTok, LinkedIn, etc. Paid advertising, social media systems. This is all about how you can do this on an ongoing basis each and every single month, how you can create systems so you're not overwhelmed and you actually have a system that you can repeat every single month. And the last is partnerships and niche marketing. So you can see there's an incredible amount of value here, an incredible amount of more information, that you can actually utilize now to leapfrog, your competition and get fast-tracked on the path to a six-figure online business. So with all that being said, I truly hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I hope to see you in the Social Media Mastery for Financial Advisors. But even if I don't, all I ask is that you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.